Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair.
Kennedy conviction grow. Legend fashion grow. Bold and sexy. Legend fashion grow. And sexy. Legend fashion grow. Bold. Keep talking shit, bitch, I don't play. Hang up the phone and I'm pulling up. I'll beat your ass, get halfway home, then decide I wanna spin a block. I fixin' a dog walk this bitch and she gon' need it that. Your back is aching, your bra too tight. Hope you can never fuck with us. Keep talking shit, bitch, I don't play. Hang up the phone and I'm pulling up. I'll beat your ass, get halfway home, then decide I wanna spin a block. I fixin' a dog walk this bitch and she gon' need it that. Your back is aching, your bra too tight. Hope you can never fuck with us. Hope you can never fuck with us. I'm everywhere, call me Papa. You liked me in the beginning, but now you think that I'm venomous. Oh, I'll show you venomous. Use a hood rap, bitch, call you tenement. Broken down like a lagarta. I fuck this hoe like a cheap pinata. You was poppin' mad shit on a live hoe, you wanna run it back. Make my day Clint Eastwood. Tell her no move, girl, you should. Really got time to walk my dogs, but I'll dog walk this hoe. Look at you, look at me, look at you again. Bitch, you so clueless, you best call a friend. Girl, you so jealous, you full of jam. Cause when I arrive, the girls go ham. You're giving the girls Peppa Pig and the body giving no ma'am. My face, my waist, good taste. Beat your ass, turn around and beat the case. You put Rana and I say, I'll never smoke your weed, that shit might be lace. Girl, I can't trust a bitch like you. I know you. Talking about, oh, here's a peace offering. Let's smoke this doobie, let's smoke this joint and get high. Have me sprawled out in the park looking crazy. Girl, fuck you. Keep talking shit, bitch, I don't play. Hang up the phone and I'm pulling up. I'll beat your ass, get halfway home, then decide I wanna spin a block. Girl, we spinning I just said a dog walk this bitch and she gon' need it that. Your back is aching, your bra too tight. Oh, you can never fuck with us. Keep talking shit, bitch, I don't play. Hang up the phone and I'm pulling up. I'll beat your ass, get halfway home, then decide I wanna spin a block. Girl, we said a dog walk this bitch and she gon' need it that. She gon' need it that. Your back is aching, your bra too tight. Oh, you can never fuck with us. Keep talking shit. Pulling up. Girl, you can never fuck with us. What's up? Dog walk this bitch. Dog walk this bitch. Need it.
I want to be candid. I want to be frank. I want to be, I don't know. I'm giving you Desiree. You gotta be wiser. Definitely trying to give you Desiree first thing in the morning. First of all, good morning to everybody. Welcome to the show. Did a little bit more research into this Project 25 situation. Of course, we all know at this point the obvious. I also want you to know something. This is one thing that I think is important to know, which I think we know, but let's reiterate. That he dropped out of this race, baby, that was obvious. It's not really shocking, only in that maybe something like this have never happened before, so you can call it unprecedented. Like this, it's a circus. This whole thing right here is happening is a circus, period. These bitches, let me tell you something. They plan ahead. If he dropped out, that was always the plan. Regardless what he was saying, that was always the plan to get Kamala up in there, bitch. They're going to get that first woman. They're going to get that black first one. They're going to get what they want, or at least they're going to try. That was always the plan. Really going, because I checked out a long time ago, because one thing I get tired of, everything I told you, everything, how they're going to get this Project 25 through is from all the things I've been telling you for the past 10 years. When we really get into it, I'm going to explain to you, if Allah gives me, number one, the clarity, the time to really sit here and break down to you how all of this shit is about to come through based off of all the shit I've been telling you. But they didn't hear me though. It's too late now. So we're going to have to just deal with whatever is going to come. I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing. I'm going to live my life. I don't give a fuck if it was Project 25 or Project 75. I'm going to live my life. Why? Because I'm not going to waste no more time trying to bring bitches up on game. They're gonna do what they fucking want to do anyway, and then we're gonna end up where we are. So it's more just about talking to people whose minds are open, so that you at least have some peace of mind through what we're about to go through. There's no avoidance. So if that's what the girls want to hear, all these videos of these girls trying to how we can avoid, it's no avoiding. It is happening. Get over it. Get over it. So whatever is about to be repealed, whatever's about is gonna happen, get over it. And you need to start thinking big picture what I tried to get these bitches to think about 10 years ago. Every fucking thing I said. Really doing my research into this, I'm like, now I see why I checked out. It's pointless. Because everything that these bitches are complaining about now could have been avoided if bitches like me would have got heard. But now I understand why they don't put us on platforms. Because if you would have heard me 10 years ago, we wouldn't be here 10 years later. Or even bitches like me. But how many of those girls exist that are on a platform willing to say what need to be said? These bitches are fake. But now I can see, I'm like, girl, this is all, just don't, to me, at this point, what, in all these years of human beings living, are we getting smarter? Now we have technology. What's the excuse? I mean, the bitches from the 50s, the 40s, the 30s on up, these bitches did not have social media. And even the 80s, let's start from the 90s on up. I mean, all these bitches did not have social media. But my point is, between radio, television, newspaper, what we see is stupidity, and humans are just stupid overall, and they want to be led, and a part of me even ventures to say they wish to be abused. I believe that, because if you didn't, our actions will look totally different than what it looked like right now. The only thing that I felt somewhat real, and look how they talked about it, was the Capitol. To me, that's what the people should do when they're dealing with oppression and a government that has totally turned its back on the people. Like, that actually is the response, which is what I was explaining with Black Lives Matter. And all them years ago, what was I saying? All them years ago, between Black people and gay people, I said, y'all not paying attention. What's about to happen is they're letting this happen for a reason. Because then they're going to come up with something, and they're going to use all of the behavior, all of the things where they can see stupidity. And that's going to be the reason why they get whatever their thing that they're trying to get through. That's how they're going to get it through. With these gay girls, what have I been saying? I'm like, girl, pick your battles. Y'all giving all these girls the reasons they're going to need to retaliate, like to go against you. Do y'all not remember me saying that all them years ago? I'm like, this shit right here, this is like our moment, but we're not doing the right thing with it. This to me is a joke. Like all the pushing LGBT stuff, it's like, okay, we could be open, but it's going too deep. With bringing the trans stuff into the schools, it was a lot of stuff that happened that, in my opinion, was actually wrong. It was. You taking it from, now it was wrong when it was the extreme other way, but now you taking it this way, and you need to be more in the fucking middle. I don't give a damn if you are gay, if you are trans, if you are lesbian. Bitch, everybody ain't that way. And your lifestyle don't need to be crammed down nobody's fucking throat. You don't have to like the way I'm delivering this, but I'm telling you how they're about to get all this shit through. You want to make the cartoon characters gay. You want to fight about shit that's inconsequential, not important. It's like, and because of all of these things, you thinking that's a small thing. But I'm telling you, you see how long it's taking. How long have I been making these points? It's what they're doing is collectively so that they can make their arguments. These people are mental health. These people are vicious. Look what they do. They tear up their own shit. They need someone to put them in shackles and tell them what to do. Because when they have control, they burn their own shit down. They're dumb. So they need this Project 25. They need these conservative values because they don't know how to discipline themselves. Look at these gays. Look at all this stuff, the porn, everything that's ramping up, all this shit is so that they had grounds to come through with this Project 25. I saw it. I didn't know what they was going to call it. I didn't know what it was, but I always knew. I'm like, this is a bubble that's about to burst. And it's just crazy because the only people who don't understand that are the people inside. Black people, gay people, LGBT. We're all the ones, and you just can't see that. You can't see it. And now all the shit is about to come through as a result of us letting these white people co-opt our shit, tell us what to do. But it's our fault because they can tell us anything. It's still our choice what we do and don't do. So it's going to happen. So get over it. because people don't want to listen. When I was saying we needed to be more fucking tempered, if we gonna be violent, we need to go be violent towards the right people. But what do? We burning our own shit down, beating each other up, killing each other. LGBT. These bitches are so pressed on trying to push the wrong shit. And then anyone who disagrees is homophobic. All you did was create a situation where people are secretly already angry. And you can say what you want to say, but in all reality, there is a huge portion now of people who, and it don't matter about race. It's not black. It's not a black or white issue. Latino, Asian. This is a human thing, and they knew what they were doing. That's why they allowed it for so long, because they knew. Let's just let them do this, and let's actually encourage it. So when the shit comes back around, and we say we about to be conservative, we about to this, and all this shit is going, whether people vocalize it or not, they'll be happy about that. I don't care what no one says. That's what's happening. People, 2025, Project 2025. There are people that are very happy about that. Of all colors, backgrounds, creeds, it don't make a difference, rich or poor, that are going to be very happy to have schools snatch all this gay shit off the shelves, anything going too deep into slavery or anything going too deep into all that, because of how the shit was pushed out. It's not that it would be wrong to have any type of gay content or information, but it's that you having niggas come to the school and sit with people's children and explain to them, you could be wrong. You going too far too fast. And this is very wrong. And people are going to resent it, and you're going to see that down the line. You're going to see the truth about how people feel about it down the line. So this project 2025 is happening. So just brace yourself for that. Whatever it's going to be, it is happening. Whether it's good for white folks, bad for black folks, bad for this group, good for that group, it don't. We'll have to see. But it is happening. And it's happening all for the reasons what I explained. We made it easy. We made it easy for people who are going to read that and are going to say, yes, this is what we need right now. This country is too liberal. It's like a free-for-all. There's the LGBT people, we should have put restrictions on ourselves, in my opinion. We should have put restrictions on it and just been fucking regular people. So boom, now we getting our rights. Great. But that don't mean now it's like, okay, Elmo is gay, Oscar the Grouch, Bert and Ernie, all these niggas is gay. The cartoon, it's like people felt like their children were being targeted. And you can't tell them that they're wrong, because all of the things that they were saying actually were happening. But it wasn't it wasn't like the average gay nigga was out here giving a fuck about these niggas being gay. But these are the stories that they ran with. It was very pervasive. Like it's the way they did it. They knew it was not gonna happen overnight, but they got time. That's how they see it. Like, bitch, okay, we gonna let them let's and actually we don't have to do nothing. All we will do though is promote it. When they have these issues, we'll bring it to the news, like, oh, they're upset because this character not gay, this not gay, this not gay. Or anytime it was a situation where a black person was wrong about something, I'm like, yeah, we have to be responsible. If we see something that is wrong, we got to say that. Because when you don't, you don't know that's what you're giving them, but you are giving them the grounds to come at your neck. You have to always be fair, whether it's white or black. If you keep it fair and balanced, no one can tell you nothing. But when it's a white person, you coming against it, but that same action where it's clearly wrong no matter who did it, but now you making excuses, well, wrong is wrong, let's just keep it copacetic and balanced. Because if we do that, they can't come back and say nothing to us. But if they see we full of shit and we're not actually fair, they're going to railroad this shit through. Watch. Mm-hmm. You said they did do a lot with changing the characters a lot, but all the content should be scrutinized. When I say no, let me be very clear about something. This is not about censoring cartoons and we know that. What I'm saying is trying to go back and retroactively, you're not hearing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, no one's saying, because you have The Simpsons, you have Family Guy. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, you can go on down the list. South Park. That's not the issue. But when you have real people retroactively trying to go back and say, these kids, like, it was nonsense. It was an argument that you didn't need to have. That's the point I'm making. Adult Swim is literally for cartoons that are adult themed. That's not the issue here. I'm saying, as far as LGBT goes, trying to force people, you don't see the difference in that? And what I'm saying, I'm not having an issue with the cartoon itself. What I'm saying is trying to bully people into this character is gay. This character been out for 50 years. They never talked about whether it was gay or straight. And pause that. We're talking about a children's show that we do know is not a Family Guy. Sesame Street is not Family Guy. So again, it's not comparable. And what I'm saying is targeting these children's shows that are actually for children and are not laced with sexual innuendo. Where it's like very obvious that it's sexual. Because Sesame Street is not that. And you can say whatever you want to say about Bert and Ernie, but you never saw them jacking off or doing anything weird under the cover or anything like that. That's just you as an adult saying, oh, well, two men in this, that's you putting that to that. But they never actually alluded to that. That they could be gay. You never saw another puppet character show up and be like, hey, girlfriends. Like, they never gave you that. So that's all part of their imagination and them retroactively trying to force them to make these characters gay. And now they are gay. So these are the things that you can say what you want, but people wanted me to talk about this Project 25, and I'm explaining to you how it's about to happen. You have to like it, but that is true. It was people feeling like their children were being attacked. So when that comes, I already knew. I'm like, once they started getting into the schools, I'm like, it's over because they don't want to hear what I'm saying. So keep doing what you're doing, and now we are where we are. So I don't actually care because it's gonna happen regardless. So I'm not gonna stress myself out. We could have avoided it. But it went from the programming into trying to program the children into the information into literally having people come in there and like, so do you feel like a girl? That's how it happened. So we're not going to mix it up into a bunch of other stuff. No, it came from targeting the children content, the information in the schools. And from there, they got a whole lot of support. Black, white, it don't make a difference. You don't have to like that, but that is true. From the moment they started coming at them kids and people felt that way, that was it. The plan was that, and that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted was to let these people come in there and sit with their kids and have the kid. I saw the footage myself. So it's not like people are making this up because I saw it. And when I saw it, I said, oh my God, this is not a good look for us. Because what's going to happen? Do you think that every parent is going to, when their kids come home, oh, they were asking if we were boys or girls? Like, that's not how you're supposed to do that. That's not how you're supposed to. But if you say that, now you're transphobic, you're homophobic. I'm like, bitch, I'm gay. I'm telling you, I just know humans. And I know this is not going to bode well for the LGBT community. Because for all the little support you just got, nigga, it's about to turn around and slap down on your head. You just don't see it because you too, what do you call it? Nearsighted. Like you can't see big picture. I've been saying this for like 10 years. I said it's going to come a time where this shit is going to flip. Watch. And now it's not just flipping. It's like to an extreme. So, oh well. You don't want to hear what I have to say? I'm talking about these other bitches. They want to silence me and put bitches like me behind. And now here we are. And I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to lose no sleep over this shit. I'm really not. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me in a few years? Whatever happens to me is going to be through God's will. So, because I'm not going to stress it. I'm just not. Well, trans and non-binary should be separated because it's not about sexual orientation. But people get offended when you say that, and it only makes logical sense. Being trans is not the same thing as being a lesbian. I don't see how people, that to me is obvious. But they figure these people are weird and different, you're weird and different, you can all go in the same thing. That's really what they be thinking. Because it's more like, okay, so really, and I'm gonna tell you what it really is. The reason why trans and non-binary is still in LGBT is because they don't respect that shit. They don't see that. They address you out their mouth as trans and yes, ma'am, and all that, but they see you as a man with a dick. Therefore, you're still gay. That's why we can put you. You're gay, just different. You're gay with who dress like a woman. That's what they see. Now you don't have to like like how I'm saying this, but I'm just telling you the truth of how people see it. Because if they really saw this is a woman who is a different type of woman, who's not a biological woman, but she's a woman type of thing, okay, then she wouldn't be LGBT because it protect unless she was a lesbian, which those would be two different conversations. Because first she would be a trans person, a trans woman, and then she would also be a trans woman who likes women, making her a lesbian. See, but see, if that same trans woman liked men, wouldn't that make her heterosexual? So how would she be LGBT? See, because they say what you want. They don't see you as bitch. You ain't no man. Oh, the first pregnant man. I remember when that happened. Niggas was laughing at that bitch behind his back. They were. Because that was when the story first came out, they said first pregnant man. But then when we got the details, they was like, so it's a bitch with no titties. I'm talking frank right now. So don't be upset with me. I'm just telling you how people felt about it. This is not a man having a baby. This is a woman having a baby. And through biology, that would be true. As so far as the person does have a vagina and ovaries and a uterus capable of having a baby. Like, this is the type of stuff that pissed people off. But it was a slow burn. It didn't just happen overnight. They had to let people see first, these people are mentally unfit. Now you see why we have to be the way we are with them? Because if you let them run it, they're going to have stories running out like, oh, it's pregnant men. They're going to let you think that if we let the gays run it. They'll have this world upside down. You see why they can't do it? And guess what? As a gay man, see, I know how to be objective. I'm like, I'm going to be real with you. They set it up perfectly. It's not going to be hard for them to make their argument. And that's the reason why they have this 2,000-page book about Project 2025, because because they know as soon as they start talking about certain key things, it don't matter if it's, I would even venture to say Democrats. It don't even matter about, there are certain liberals that are like, bitch, this is even too far for me. It's not true. Ask around. Ask around the people who vote Democrat and ask them how they feel about this gay stuff in the schools. As far as, you get what I'm saying? Just ask. But people won't do that because they're afraid to hear the truth about it. But I'm not, because I don't give a fuck. I'm me, so I don't take shit personal. I know how people feel about it, though. I don't care how much they protest and, oh, no, I don't have a problem. All right. But we, as the LGBT, should have been smarter about how we did it. But it's too late. It can't be undone. It's baby. And now, okay, so who was it? Was it Father Rock? I think it was Father Rock. Because remember at the time when all this first, I have checked out a long time ago because I saw that people outside of our audience, but we have a small audience. I'm saying like, the message, as I would talk about certain things, it would be more and more silence to where things would just shrink down. And it was clear to me that that message was being, and people were not sharing it. They would hear it and keep it for themselves and then have the information, but they wouldn't actually, to really get people to think, to see what's happening. And it was all true. Everything I said was true. Everything I said was true. And the prediction that I gave about 10 years ago when I said, it's going to come a time soon where all this is going to spin around. And the whole reason why it's going to spin around is because we as Black people are not smart, clearly. Because when the whole Black Lives, that was a whole opportunity that we had. I'm not even opposed to violence, but it got to be smart violence that makes sense. Burning your own shit showed me this is a white person involved. And sure enough, there were white people involved who were financing. And then whatever happened to, that's another thing about this manager that I knew, I should have known we wasn't going to get along for too long. He was telling me, this is the one that dumped me because I didn't want to fuck him. He was like, oh, I know, I forget her name, but homegirl, the founder of Black Lives Matter. Now, when she said that, I thought, first of all, I don't fuck with Black Lives Matter, A, and then 2B, I could have sworn I heard about her getting tied up in fraud. Is that surprising to you? Before she even got caught up in the fraud, did I not tell you it was fraudulent? Because I know, I have real discernment. What people claim they have, they don't. I may be Black, but I'm not going to get swayed into this. Oh, because I really actually care about the future and the longevity of what we're trying to do. But this bitch was a money hungry, because where is she now? Let's look at where she was before Black Lives Matter, and then let's see where she is now. She was a fucking pawn. And we should understand that, because we can understand that when these Europeans came and took us in the first place, they didn't do it alone. They did have some help from some people who look like us. So, or we can't ignore that. Because ignoring that is going to get you fucked up each and every time. Always thinking that everybody is on your side because they fucking look like you. Stop with that. If you see the bitches moving fucking funky, she moving funky. You don't gotta convince yourself against it because she Black. It's aggravating for me because it's just like, wake the fuck up. I don't care if it's family, Black, gay. Be fair. Because guess what? In the long run, you're being fair to yourself. It's upsetting for me. That's why I don't like getting into all this, because I do get upset for the reason of, I know I said all this shit already. And it shows me when people say, I get it now. I really do get it now. Breathe. Because y'all know my lungs, I'm getting better, but not 100%. Okay. Okay. Now I get it. Now I understand. You know how when you growing up and you, how do people say it? They say it different ways, but we've all heard this. I guarantee we've all heard this before. Every single person have heard something like this, what I'm about to say. Something to the effect of, how come these people didn't do nothing? From the 50s to now, how come, you know what I'm saying? Like, how come nobody before us fixed it? How come the problem is coming to us? The problem is coming to us the same reason why it's going to come to your kids and their grandkids. Because now that I'm living it again, to remember, in this point in time, I'm starting to understand again. Because in real time, humans actually are stupid across the board. And honestly, that actually is bigger than Black. Because when you even take it back to biblical times, if that wasn't true, what I'm saying, if I were wrong, that story wouldn't even exist with Jesus. That never would have happened. Because in real time, they would have understood this is wrong. Do you see my point? It's biblical. The stupidity of man is biblical, actually. Because, again, half these stories wouldn't exist. Maybe all of them wouldn't exist if people weren't so stupid, greedy, mean, nasty, you know what I'm saying, murderous. This wouldn't even happen. And what's the reason? Because we're the only species on this planet. There is not another. I don't give a damn you talking about how close it is, bitch. Close but no cigar. So Neil deGrasse Tyson trying to make it out like, oh, there's only 1%. However he said, what's my heart? I'm like, can y'all get this box spring off my computer screen? I'm sick of him. I am sick of him. Get him off my screen. Oh, there's only about a 1% difference between an ape and you. Girl, you want to talk about mental illness? Somebody needs to snatch this nigga credentials. There's not a part of me that is related to no gorilla, bitch. So stop fucking lying. You a fucking liar. And all you bitches lie. Other than the fact that we may be made of some of the same materials and we water and all that other stuff, we are not the fucking same, hoe. You know that. 1% difference, but you still hanging from trees, peeling down bananas, bitch. That ain't no fucking 1%. If you saw another human who performed like a gorilla, you would say that that person had Down syndrome. Like, it's not a small difference that would create a human to act like that. It would have to be huge for you to perform and be sitting up, running around on your knuckles, peeling down bananas, bitch. They're smart for them. They're smart, but we're not gonna act like that's comparable. We're not gonna do that. But Mother Tay, that's because that's the obvious stuff. It's the obvious stuff. Look at me, I ain't hit a new comment since good morning. Oh my God. You said the Bible does say it doesn't belong to men to even direct his own steps. Girl, leave me alone. Get this back. For real, get him off my screen. But I'm going to address this real quick. The thing about it is, though, God will send messengers, prophets, people who can see things to warn people. And by him doing that, that is God sending you the step. Do you get my point? I've told this story back in the day of when the flood came in town. My mother used to tell me this story about God. You don't know how God is going to send the help, how God is going to send the step. The information, it could come through anything, really. But okay, the flood. Everybody got to evacuate. There is a flood coming, and it's a fact. It's coming. Okay. Oh, God, send me help, send me help, send me help. A van comes through. Maybe this is the people who were recording, like, for the news. Sweetheart, do you need a way out? No, God is going to provide me a way, sweetie. The flood is coming. Are you sure you good? No, God will provide for me a way. They drive on. Water rises. Okay. Now she's what? She's sitting on her roof. The water has risen. A boat comes through. Ma'am, are you stuck? Can we take you somewhere? No, God got me. I'm praying God is going to send me the answer. The boat goes on. Third option comes, it's a helicopter. Throw down the ladder for this lady. Tell her, let's go. The water will rise. She says, no, my God will provide for me. Okay, the lady dies at the end of this story because God actually did provide for you. And because you think you know how that's going to look, I'm talking about some people, you may end up denying the blessing that actually came from the God you're praying to. The call was received and responded to, but you thought you knew how it was going to come and you really didn't. You said, not what I meant. Is that God needs to direct your steps, so when mankind try to lead themselves without God's direction, they will always fail. Oh, okay. I'm with you on that. And that's obvious. Like, it's so crazy to me how a species can be this smart and equally as stupid as we are smart. How can we have computers, cars, houses, plumbing, electrical, health, like medicine, all this machinery? Like, how can we know that? And then just on the very basic level, humanity, like just basic stuff, it's like we struggle. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. How do you make fabric? How do you make silk? How do you make all these things? And no. Then it comes to something so... And what, we don't have no answers? It is so frustrating. So that's why I be checking out. It's like, I haven't checked it. Only reason why I checked back in is because y'all brought it to me. Like, I saw the, what do you call it? The, what do you call that? The debate with Biden and Trump. Because I knew that was going to be a shit show. And of course it was. And and like, in general, I just knew what was going on just because the headlines would be on the blogs. But as far as like really delving in how I had in the past, I was like, this shit takes so much out of you for nothing. And all of the things you say are going to happen are still literally about to happen. So what's the point? And that time I was wasting with that, I could have been living my life. Doing something. Doing something. Uh-huh. You know what? In all honesty, I feel like this was part of the plan. Because it's so obvious. They knew he wasn't going to be able to run a year ago. A year ago, they knew he was going to have to drop out. I'm convinced. I don't think that this is like as much of a shock. I think because we don't know the inner conversations that happen with these people but I believe so. But had he, And I don't blame you, Father Tay. That was my mistake when I did it the first time. Because you'd be like, if I just say it passionate enough, people will hear the truth. That's not true. Maybe it could be true, but your platform, you know, it's not big enough to really have the effectiveness that you would like in that way. So I'm like, hopefully there's another girl out there who will do it with passion and with vigor. But I'm done. I'm about to sit up here and put myself on the line again. And then when you get the repercussions, to have people come at you and make it like, oh, you're in this position because 100% of what you're doing. Okay. So then I'll make some changes. And this is going to be one of them. I just wanted to just come here. And now that I've done my research, it's just funny to me because all of the talking points, the key points that they're pulling out of this, literally, I can tell you how they did it. And it goes back into all the shit I've been saying about a decade ago. Everything I said where I kept saying, they're going to spin this around. They're going to turn it around. They're going to use all of this shit to be able to say, this is the reason why they're going to do whatever. I couldn't tell you that part, but I knew they were going to turn it around and like shut it down. And not only shut it down, but like with the vengeance, like, oh, not only are we going to take all this new gay stuff y'all put in here, we're going to take it all out. We may even take James Baldwin out there, bitch. Like, they're going to come back with a vengeance, however they want to. And then it's going to be up to the people to sit up here spending half their life fighting these systems. And the only way to change that, they keep telling you about voting. But really, the truth is, the people don't want to hear this, but the violence, there is a time and place for that. It's even within our own Constitution. It's there. Should the government, should it become this deep and far-reaching to where you can't tell left from right because everybody's so polluted? That's when really the people have a right to go against them. They just make you think you don't have that right, but you really do. And it's too deep and far-reaching. There's no way. We would be spending the remainder of our lives just trying to turn whatever they're about to do. And I'm not going to do that. Because push comes to shove, I'll keep my home and I'll go somewhere else. I'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to sit here fighting all like that's what my life is about to be. Especially if they ramp it up and it's stuff that is like totally felt, where it's like we feeling it in our pockets, people getting fired, not getting hired as a result of things like, I don't know, affirmative action not being there. People don't have to do things no more. I mean, we allowed that to happen. I don't care. Because we were too busy focused on politics, like personality politics and how people made you feel instead of what they are doing in their track record. Okay. I'm done. Girl, bye. No, and guess what? My ex ended up missing his cruise because of that global shutdown. On the day that happened, he was at the airport to go to his cruise. Child, in the future, he probably need to get there 2 days earlier. I mean, of course, nobody could have foresaw that happening. But I don't believe, when I read about that, I'm like, another, and this affected the entire world? Girl, bye. Y'all on some bullshit. Something happened that day. What it was, only God knows. God and that company and whoever is involved with that. But yes, of course there was something to that. Are you kidding me? But like I said, my ex missed his cruise. Because they was like, oh, if you want to get on the cruise, you're going to have to catch a flight to a whole other place. And I guess he was just like, bitch, what? I would just get my money back. Because to me, you could have kept the boat there a little bit longer, knowing that the entire planet was shut down. It's not like bitches was just being irresponsible. But I think they wanted to see if it was possible. Because they about to start doing some weird shit, which is the reason why I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to be on these planes. So what? What about the planes that were already in the sky? So when the shit shut down, that meant that all them planes was just in the sky, flying around each other and not even knowing who was where. Girl, nobody got time for you. Because that right there is the perfect doomsday experiment. Have all these planes flying around and then just cut off the system and can't nobody see nothing. They're going to be crashing into each other. I remember one time I was on a plane, and I'm going to tell you something. When I looked out the window, a plane flew, a huge airplane that's just like ours flew right underneath us. And it was close enough that I saw details, and something told me he wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to do that, but he did it. And that was when the computers were working. So I don't like airplanes. I mean, I get on them when I really have to, but I do not like them at all. The only way I would probably be more comfortable with an airplane is if I was on a private jet, where not one of those tiny ones, a decent sized one, where I get to meet the pilot and everybody only get one piece of luggage. Because that airplane need to be light as a fucking feather, bitch. All these girls will be like, oh, everything got to come. No, we can mail that shit home. I don't give a fuck. Luggage, what? If it's coming where everybody got 10 pieces of luggage, it's either that luggage gonna have to get on another plane or I will be on another plane. So we can decide that, but I'm not getting on a plane that's overloaded with shit. Hell no. Yeah, but he missed his cruise. I felt so bad for him. I really did. Because I'm like, fuck. But he ended up just making a plan B, which as long as he's okay and he's happy and he's feeling okay with it, I'm cool with that. You know. Can we just mail your luggage? Oh, Beyonce. You said mail that shit in advance. That's my way. Fucking around with this shit. I'm like, And I need to look at the pilot. I need to look at him and look into his eyes. I don't want no pilot with no glazy eyes. I can smoke. You cannot. I don't give a fuck about weed. No, I don't want a nigga flying me with no smoking weed. Especially in the cockpit. That's the ultimate hot box because you high and you high. It's gonna be bridesmaid. Nigga, go get on it. Hold on, this is your captain. I'm gonna need one of the stewardesses to get the woman on the wing churning butter in her 1807 little house on the prairie. And get down. Can somebody please open the emergency? Mind you, we're about 37,000 feet in the sky. This bitch is asking for a stewardess to open up the emergency hatch to remove this woman from the wing of the plane who is now churning butter in her garb. If I heard that, Allah, what would I do? I don't know. I really don't know. And a bus, a train, or any other thing, I think I have a solution. A car, a plane is the only one I don't know. Even on this cruise, I'm like, me and my friend, no matter what happened, we gonna live. Huh? So I challenge stuff a lot. Let me not say that let me not say it like that, but I'm just saying, if something happened, I would not be afraid. I mean, short of the fucking boat exploding, but you know, if it was sinking, we would live. Even if something did happen, we still would live because Allah is going to make it to where we live. And I'm gonna be like, yo, all right. But a plane, what the fuck can we do with that? Especially if the nigga start hotboxing and and it has like his munchies up there. Then what if he got tired and fell asleep for a little moment? And then, and then he starts to nosedive all of a sudden because he falls asleep and fell on the wheel. And now we're nosediving. And let's say he stayed asleep for about 30 seconds till like that little Hawaiian, those little things that on the dashboard, maybe he was going by down so fast that she flipped off the dashboard and slapped him upside his head, woke him up. But in the meantime, here we are, the plane is going down. What can you do? Especially when you get to, let's say you go to the bathroom, now we're nosediving. So that means now you just flew all the way to the back of the plane. And now you're just even trying to just find, what can I grab to pull myself back to my seat? Oh my God. And then what about these Boeing planes where the side of the plane is blowing off and niggas is being sucked out the plane? Do you understand that is a lot of people's worst nightmare? And you putting people through their worst fear of making them get sucked out the plane? I'm sitting here reading magazine. The side of the plane comes off and now it's like something out of, what do you call it? What was the movie? Final Destination is what it's given. It's like that, and didn't it happen more than once? I'm like, now I see why y'all killed that man. You did kill him. I believe it. You killed him. You did. You did. You murdered him. You assassinated him because you knew this is $1 billion issue, and he had the tea. He had the information. And I remember seeing him just before he died talking about it before they killed him. I'm like, girl, what? He was just alive talking about this. So it's true. I think they killed him. For that much money on the line? Oh. That much business on the line? Oh. So anyway, the plane, the side came off, and the niggas was getting sucked out the plane. I said, was you trying to get me to get on this plane or no? I can't keep hearing this. And they died? Oh, girl, bye. Mm-mm. I can fly better if I fly with someone that I care about. Because a part of me be feeling like, if the plane was going to go down, I don't want to be next to some bitch I don't know. Truthfully. Like, ugh. Now I got to have these screaming bitches in my ear, panicking in my potential last moments. I don't want to deal with these hoes. Then I'm wondering, if we really are about to die, I probably could just knock these bitches out. What's going to happen? I'm going to jail? Shut up. Ah! Shut up. Because I can't fucking think. Boom. A plane is the worst because it's really nothing you can do. I feel like in other scenarios, you have, even if a nigga came into your job with a gun, you would have an option. You would at least feel you had a chance. Like, what am I going to do? You would have a chance. And they need to have an option for somebody on the plane. It need to be like the hidden security. He need to have a key to the cockpit. They need to change that. Because what happens when the cockpit is the one who's the terrorist? Because what about when that nigga locked the door and was like, fuck all you bitches. I'm about to kill me and you bitches because I already know I'm tired. He didn't give a fuck about nobody else. He drove that plane right into a mountain. Don't you think on a time like that, we should have had a key? You said, Quadir, not today. I'm finna get a ride about work. Oh, stuff in life. No, I don't want to get you in trouble. But I'm just saying, like, don't you think that would have been a good time for a key? I don't think that they should just have the full last day. Like, I think only one other person outside of the cockpit should have the key, and it should be the one with the gun, like the security, the hidden security. But no, I don't trust you that much. No, I don't care. 100%, like, once the door is locked, can't nobody get in that bitch? Okay, well, how about this then? How about this? Fine. No key? Then that means you need to have some kind of way to, from the ground, take control of this plane. But see, then that runs risk. Because then what happens if the nigga inside the tower is on some bullshit? Oh, I got into it with my girlfriend. This bitch put me out. I'm over it. He might just start swirling niggas in circles because he's upset. No, I don't trust that either. No, it need to be somebody on the plane with a key. That just need to be changed. That's outdated. It's outdated. I'm telling you, it's outdated. It's fucking outdated. It need to be only one type of key, like a rare key. It can't be something. It got to be a rare key. And it needs to stay on your person 24/7. You can never take that key off of you to use the bathroom, to one or two. And it is only to be touched while under emergency. Yeah, something though. Don't you agree? One shot hits the plane. Okay, that's true. So maybe a taser. High level taser. So we need to start going over some policies, some plane policy. Because I agree. Okay, so the gun can fuck us all up. So take the gun, let's bring a taser on and some pepper spray. But for a taser, I feel like we would need at least 2 securities because, yeah, we run the risk with the gun, but we at least can take this bitch down right away, provided we don't take the entire plane down. Because what if I shoot the window, and like you said, then the whole plane the side of the plane comes off. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. But isn't that funny, though? Is it odd for me to think that we work best in the middle ground? Because check me. Even what I was talking about before, too far left, too far right, need to be center ground. Just as a human, as things that exist on this planet, don't you see how we exist best in the middle? If you go too far down in the ocean, you will explode. If you go too high up into the sky, you will just not breathe. It's all being determined to keep you at a level that works best for you. Because if it was meant for you that you could really do all those things, it would be something even just genetically in us. For example, we would have slits, and we would be used to it. Like right now, if what I'm saying is true, you wouldn't even see it as different. Just the same way as you don't see thumbs as different, because we have them. So if we all just had 2 slits right here, in fact, that would be something that I think we would make into a beauty thing. Like how we put lipstick on our lips. There'll probably be something where the girls would start like putting glitter around their fins. And as they hit into the sun, it's just that glitter just across those 2 beautiful slits. You get what I'm saying? And we would never think twice about it because that's just how it would be. But my point is, there would be some type of design there to explain how this is an okay thing for you to be doing. As far as going into the depths. But you can't. And even for the animals that don't have the slit, how you still know it's true what I'm saying is it's still designed within them that their flubber, they don't get crushed. How come that whale can go down there and hold its breath for that long under that much pressure? That whale may be huge, but it ain't that big by comparison to the ocean. If you took the biggest whale you could find, and then put it next to the ocean, it would still look like this. So what I'm saying is that it's a particular design that would allow that particular creature to do that. It's how you know. It's something with their lung capacity. It's something with the way their bones and the flubber and all the different things that animal got that allows that to happen. Okay, a bird. An eagle. That's a good one. Okay, you can see based on the way the bones are structured, the way that beak is carved out, all of the things that it does, it was literally designed to do. And it was designed, them eyes can see, it was designed to do it just the way it's doing it, like from the air, aerial. It's all designed like that. And how come when that bird is up there, that same bird got to breathe oxygen, yet it can go all the way up there and be fine. And not only be just, it's not like it's going up there and it's just standing still. It's doing shit. It's flying, it's moving, it's exerting energy, and yet somehow. So what I'm saying, we have created things, and I'm not saying it's wrong that we created it. I'm just saying what we're doing is mimicking God's design. Because with that airplane, it's giving me a shark plus a bird. And bitch, it's like, even with different trucks and different cars, I even see animals with that. Like with a semi-truck, when I see a semi-truck, I think, okay, this is the elephant. This is the one that people stay out of its way. When I see a big truck, I think, okay, this is a rhino. But a rhino can't fuck with an elephant. You know what I'm saying? If I see like a big van, I'll be like, oh, that's a hippo. When I see tiny cars, you know what I'm saying? I promise you, like, that's how my mind be programming shit, because to me, everything we do is to mimic something. Somehow. You know what I'm saying? And then we put our own human twist to it. We put our own human thing, whatever, to it. But I still can always pull in different things that we do, how everything is of the the creation and to reflect their creation. We want to be, it's like, okay, we can see the magnificence of these animals that can do these things, how they can swim like that underwater and how they can breathe underwater, and how they can soar in the sky and do maneuvers in the sky. Excuse me. And then we try to emulate that, but not just because, but to our benefit. That's the thing about a human. So it's not just that we want to copy it. It's that we want to see how we can copy it and use it in our lives. Okay, this dolphin is communicating 30 miles away, doing some shit. I don't fucking know what this shit is, but it's some kind of way they're doing things and they're communicating. You know what? We need cell service. We need to be able to send signals like that. We need to be able to send signals that bounce around like that. And that you really can't hear them. It's just they're happening. I'm telling you, we be copying like a mug. Where's my lighter? I'm not against it when it like in like the process of humanity, but not only copying, but also a lot of things have just been given to us. They're not going to tell you that. And when I kept asking the question, how did they discover this? How did they discover that? What God told me was a lot of this is not discovered. A lot of it was given. We gave it to you and told you how to do it. Y'all are not that smart. You're smart, but not that smart. Because what would make a nigga make pasta? What? For the first bitch that made it, what would make a nigga make silk? What made you think? What was the device? How did you know? What made you say that? Oh, thank you, Mother Tay. You know I'm so bad with that stuff for the law. Ugh, and it's my own fault. And look at y'all. Y'all be the ones looking out for me. Girl, put the thing up there. What would make the first, like, how did that get started? What made the nigga say, take this grass that looked like some dry ass grass, grind, like, it's a process to even make that, like, wheat. And now you talking about eggs and flat, girl, please. No. 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 And about cooking the food. We know that now because we know it now. And it seems obvious to us because we were born into that. But if you really think about it, to someone who is, to a people that are really just showing up and don't know shit from Shinola, what would make them think that? I mean, you have to think about something. I saw like a documentary, and they were talking about something regarding how over time the like medical stuff have like evolved, if you will. They were explaining how only in not even that long ago, how long? 18 something, they were like, they didn't even believe in washing their hands before surgery. And when the first person came and said, I think a part of why we're having so many deaths might be because we're not washing our hands. Initially, they made it like that person was crazy. That was only in the 18s. There were people living from the 18s when my grandmother was living. Maybe not from the early 18s, but they were still from the 18s. And from them bitches who knew, who were alive from the 18s, they did probably know somebody from the early 18s. Or at least I would say, so for example, the way we looking at 18, girls will look at 19. Now, I'm a 19 girl, and because I'm a 19 girl, of course the overwhelming people that I knew were 19 girls for the majority of my life. Now it's going to change as you go further. But for right now, the 19 girls are still the prevailing girls. That will change as time goes forward because the numbers will just shrink and then it'll be the 20 girls. It's just how it goes. But okay, so it's going to be crazy to them like 1950s, but my mother is from the 1950s. That will be like 1850. It's all the same thing, just different. Okay, so I was going somewhere. Okay, so that wasn't that long ago that they only just decided to wash their hands. That's basic. So what made so that didn't come till then, but you're telling me that we're making silk, and when you look at some of the designs of some of the, I'm like, no, because they had help. All of the girls, African, Asian, European, the Mayan girls, all of these girls, they all had help. None of them were that smart. Sorry, I hate to burst anybody's bubble. None of them were that smart. How they got smart is because a higher system bestowed it to them. What would make a person just say? That would be like saying, okay, here's how you know. Look at the beginning of humanity like a baby. Now, if you put a baby around an egg, like all the things you need to make a cake. Matter of fact, no, that's making it too easy. If you put that baby, let's just say around the ingredients outdoors, like all the things you would have to do to make a cake, but not box cake. I'm talking about from scratch because box cake is a new invention. And before you had to make it. Okay. And let's say, I'm not even talking about make it like get the ingredients. I'm talking about like from the store. I'm talking about like from scratch. Okay. There is nothing that would make that baby from day 1 to 5 years old and beyond, unless somebody showed the baby, the child, how to do it. There's nothing that would make that person say to make a cake. Nothing. It's impossible. You wouldn't just naturally say that. The only way you would say that is if you saw someone else do it. There was information coming at you that made you know it was possible. You see my point? Like, I'm just letting you know that God is explaining to me how it happened. Because I kept asking the question, what would make somebody make pasta? It doesn't make sense when you really think about it. It's just such a random thing to do. It's not random to us because we know about it. But it wasn't always a thing. I mean, clothing. Look at the detail. Like, what kind of machine can do that? And just make this up. How could that happen? It's the information that's being shared from a way higher source. There's just no way possible that a computer can be real unless it not coming from human beings. The inspiration will come to a certain person who will take off in the area that is needed for technology to be possible. And as that interest develops and God continue to expose, they'll try things that another person would never try because just through the inspiration. And then once they know it, now it's like people can build on that. Like, oh, this and this is electricity. But it came first from the bitch who got the information first. And once they put it down and other people could see and learn, then it spreads. Child, ain't no way. Because like I say, it ain't no accident or happenstance. Because like I said, if you look at the beginning of humanity as a baby, which we would have been, in a sense that we wouldn't have known shit. We're coming here at starting the species off. And ain't no evolution. We were planted. That's just very obvious to me. All of this was already here. Now they can sit here and try to make it seem like something like Earth and the sun and the moon can just blow up and come into be, but we know better than that. Come on. Quote unquote perfect accident, girl. No. And so when we were planted here in the beginning, as a species, human beings, what did we know? It had to begin the experiment. So in the beginning is probably also the reason why there were more signs. They were more willing to step out. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need this shit to be documented. And it took all these millennia to get us to this point. Because that's what I'm saying. For all of for example, the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, and even Hindu, Buddhist, it don't matter. That's just when print came into being. Like when it can be put to a book. But there's like millions of years of undocumented stuff. BC. It's just, this is the part that we have, because you have to remember, just like with the internet, some of this shit can take thousands of years to come to, maybe longer. Because from that Bible all the way down to now, having it been thousands of years, none of them hoes, except for us, had the internet. So it got it. Someone got to get the information, put it on paper, share it, and then it just spreads. And then it spreads. But I don't believe that nothing about you, me, none of this is by mistake. And in all honesty, that's the reason why I'm chilling right now. Because I'm like, you know what, Allah? You know what time it is. You know what's going on. So around the world, not even just here in America. So I trust you. This is about to be a wild ride. And if you, that's with this Project 2025, that was one of the reasons why I even looked into it, because I felt the sense from God to like, just look into it. And I'm like, well, if I look into it, then I'm gonna feel like I need to say something. Just look into it. So I looked into it. And of course, all those old feelings of, if people would have just heard what I was trying to say in the beginning, instead of trying to make it seem like, it was just a lot happening back then. Ain't no use in thinking about, if they didn't. So let's move on. He said, Alan Turing is a man we need to thank for that. A gay man that the British government castrated and then only apologized after he was long dead. What? Hold on. You said Cash App UK is getting shut down. What? Okay, Liam. Wow. Why is that, do you think? What's their reasoning behind that? And also, this Alan, why do I feel like that name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I've heard that name before. I wonder if he was in this documentary I was watching. I just don't remember. So you said what you are explaining is why people still, you think that's why they do it? I don't know why people steal artifacts. But isn't it funny? This gonna sound crazy to say. You know how 3 is my number, right? Sun, moon, earth. If you would break it down to the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I'm the 3rd, born on the 3rd, from the 3rd marriage. All the shit kicked off in the 3rd iteration, 10, 20, 30. I'm just wondering, Allah, what are you trying to, what is it that there's something happening, I just don't know what. As I'm talking to you right now, it's like, you wanna know what's crazy? Okay, let me try to describe what I'm feeling. As I'm talking to you right now, here's what I'm seeing in the like, what is this, right side of my face. And it's hard to explain because it's not even, it's like it's an image, but it's not. It's more like a cloud with a voice that sounds distant. And I can hear it, but I know within that cloud is an answer to something, but I can't hear it. I can hear it, but I can't make it out. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying right now. Only God knows. You know, this whole situation with my job, for example. You want to know something that is crazy that I didn't even think about? Because as these events were happening, I came and talked to y'all about it. Everything is dated, even for the things that I didn't write down. God told me that. God was like, quite here. You don't understand that I know this has been hard for you, and I know your intentions were pure. But if you got to trust me. Think about scripture. Was it easy for Joseph? Like, I'm putting you through this for a reason. If you just trust my process, you'll come out the other side a way that you didn't think. And you weren't even looking for until you were thrown into this whole situation, this predicament. And as a result of me being open and honest with my audience, that means now I can go back and like be more like specific as far as the day it happened and get even more details that I may have forgotten because I came here and was so detailed about it. God told me that. And I'm like, wow. In real time, I wasn't even thinking that. I was just really wanting to share with y'all, like, let me tell you. And I gave so many details, like, let me tell you, when I first got the job, it was like, I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to another attorney though. I'm definitely gonna have to shop around because what's today? Monday? He helped us decode the Enigma code in World War II and is the father of modern computing. Wow. So they castrated him back then? I'm thinking you was gonna say something like the 1600s. That was in the 19s. Am I tripping? Who's doing castrations in 19 nothing? Those artifacts help the masses get closer to spirit. Okay, got you. In order to get the answers you have been... Got you. So like the stuff buried with my... Okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think it's wrong to go into people's graves, no matter how long they've been dead. And like I told you, they won't do that to these white girls. Well, let's dig up Napoleon. Let's put his body on display and send it around the globe. He's somewhere, isn't he? Well, let's prop Hitler up and see what his dead body looks like. They won't even do it to him. Because he's still a white man. And they're not going to put his dead body on display like that. But they will put Sarah Baartman in a banana split. Girl, they will put a black body up there quick. They will put an African, Egyptian. It don't matter if it's not white. It even could be Asian. It could be anything besides white. That's what I think. Oh, for real. To me, why would you have prison and even a death sentence, but think that a lobotomy is too much? So we can kill the nigga, but we can't lobotomize him. And to me, that's something he should get. To me, that would be more terrifying to him than being on death row for 20 years. Because the idea that the punishment to your crime, since you're a violent person and we see that now, you're going to do your time. But you're going to do it in a mental hospital after we lobotomize you. What does that mean? We're going to stick an ice pick to the corner of your eye and then hit it with the hammer into your brain. And then you're going to spend 25 years in this mental hospital. I'm telling you, let that be a punishment and see how many girls rush in. They think they can handle prison, but bitch, prison is a drain on the system. So why don't we start lobotomizing these girls? I think pedophiles, murderers, rapists, violent people, like people who are just generally violent, lobotomy. Why not? Why not? You willing to have the taxpayer to pay all this money for these people and for them to just be sat up in prison? And then a lot of time these girls get out. I was watching on Netflix, which was the one, I don't know, I just got into a thing where I started, and I don't even like watching those type of shows because it's an energy that comes out when you watch them. But they was talking about a guy who, what were they calling him? The railroad killer. They had him, then they released him. When they released him, he ended up killing more people. Lobotomy. Although with him, they killed him, so I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Death sentence, I'm not against. I know a lot of people are against that, but I'm not. And I really think that it should be more on the family to decide that. The judge, to me, is not fair because you're not the one who just had your family member violently. I think that The judge needs to just be able to keep order and to like generally judge the situation. But when it comes to, let's just say if it come back guilty, then from that point, the judge needs to consult with the family. He is now, we know he's been guilty. Before I lay my verdict on him, him or her, do you have anything that you would like for me to consider and why? Okay, well, somebody might say, you know what? I don't seek the death penalty because they may have their religious reasons or just whatever the reason is. Okay, that's a consideration. But then what if you had a person that was like, this was my one and only child. I'm older now. My child was just getting out of college. They had not ever had no kids. I'm never going to have grandchildren. My child is dead. And they were viciously killed by this person. Death penalty. I think that is fair. I think it's fair. That's me personally, though. And I think if that was something that were implemented, crime would probably still happen, even with the lobotomy and with what I just said. But I can tell you one thing, it would drop significantly. Because that lobotomy alone will be terrifying and good. But the thing of it is with the lobotomy, it really would change their brain chemistry. They might be like mummified, but so what? That's your fault. Had you never would have murdered this little girl and raped her, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. So whether they made a mistake and the lobotomy made you to a mummy, then you're just a mummy. And you'll have to sit there and just be staring out them eyes till you die. To me, that's a better prison. See, that's the Scorpio in me, because I'm like, no, get this bitch and get her good. Because now she got to sit there just with drills just dripping out of her mouth. And we're seeing all these other people who are in there like running around with their asses hanging out and doo-doo slung across the ceiling. And that's what you have to deal with for the rest of your life. And why to me, the empathy need to lie with the victim and their family, not with this person. And like, okay, don't full on abuse them just because we're human, but this is not a regular person who is in polite society, who knows how to function. So yeah, you're in the mental hospital now because we gave you a lobotomy, whatever. She's still no VIP patient. We're going to make sure she got her food, she got what she need, but we're not about to, we don't give a fuck how you feel. Because we know what you did. See, but you're going to have some, but see, that's what I'm saying, but it's like, it runs the risk, because I don't want the people there, because now you're getting bad karma, because it's like, that would be bad karma. Up to the lobotomy, we're still in the right. But I think if we put them into the mental hospital, and when they get there, they're being abused by the doctors and stuff, I think it's going to be bad karma on the doctors and on the nurses. Even if that person is bad, because now it's like the thing for you to have to do that regularly is going to change you. Because it's just, I think they need to get their punishment will be described, whether it's death penalty or lobotomy. But I think you don't have to kiss their ass, but just be a human. Because now we done lobotomized them. Trust me, they're suffering enough. They can't exist in the regular world. So just let them suffer. Feed them, be respectful, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to give them too much time. Because they did put themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to figure out how to balance it out. But I do think, generally speaking, lobotomy and death penalty, where the family is the one who has, where their feeling of it weighs heavy on it. It's not like the judge just get to say, I don't want no death penalty or whatever the thing is. I'm like, what if they feel like we won't be made whole till this nigga is dead and gone? And then to me, the irony is, even if you put him in prison, don't you realize you're still making the family pay for it? Through their tax dollars? So to me, that's just like they should have a say. It's my opinion, especially if it's a violent crime. And it's unfair for the judge because you don't know what this family is going through, how this has totally changed their family forever. Just because this person made a choice to do what they done. So I think that needs to be something that should be taken into consideration. the family, the husband, whatever, the child, should, if it was their parent, I mean, whatever. But, and then we can pray and God, listen, God will understand. That's how I feel. God will understand, because in any scripture, there is portions where they talk about bloodshed and death. So we're not going to act like, oh, no, peace and forgiveness. No, we can forgive or whatever we need to do for healing and get therapy after this nigga is dead. Because Mother Tay, don't you think, how would you feel knowing? I don't care if it was just 5 cents that they took from you to pay towards that. Just knowing that in any way that you are in some way paying for this man who did something horrible to live, you're doing that. They won't even tax you. They got to put a commercial, in the arms of an angel, to get you to give money to these bitches that are starving. I don't even know if the money's going to them, but that's what they say. They won't tax you to actually feed someone who needs to be fed, but they will tax you to keep these prisoners fed. To me, if they was going to take some money to go towards anything, instead of putting it towards a prison, it need to go towards stuff that can help people. Like, oh, we already got a budget for that. Well, then put more into it. You can afford to, because we don't need this. Why are we paying for it? So they did wrong, and we are the ones holding the bag. I don't get it. You did the right thing. So you get, and here's your reward. You get to pay for the prisoners. It's like, I remember when I went to jail that one time. Ooh. Honey Boom, I'm like, girl, get me out of here right now. Allah. Astaghfirullah. Honey, this is not for me. I remember when I was there, I did not go number 2 the whole time. Because I was like, bitch, please. I'm supposed to just sit in this bathroom right in front of this bitch? Girl, no. Oh, yuck. I was like, nothing but a hood rat. We want to be up in here, honey. Because this is exactly what this is. This is ghetto. I am an adult who deserves to be free. And honey, no. Me being in jail, being in prison, girl, are you insane? Please. No. Bitch, I remember they had us up in there. Even thinking about it just gave me a chill, because it was just like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, and everybody was so normal. It's just like, I couldn't wait till the thick metal doors opened up, because we had the kind that were solid. You know, some things you see where they be having them bars, they didn't do that for us. We had, it was a square glass at the top, and then it may be like a little square thing that you could put food through. I don't know what that was for. I'm guessing that's what that was for, but okay. But it was a thick metal door. Oh, even that sound, I hated it. Oh my God. I could not believe I was in jail. I was like, this is not real. I could not believe it. And these bitches couldn't wait. Like, oh, when the door opened, they just all came out ready to like gossip and talk. I'm like, what is there even to talk about? What you in here for, girl? Mind your business. Leave me alone. Do I know you from someplace? No, you don't. Where do you know me from? I don't know. You tell me. I guess I got one of those faces. You know me? You don't know me. You don't know me. Trust me. Where would you know me from? What bitch do you know that you think I could know? So you know you don't know me. And I don't want to be a part of this, whatever this is. Bitch, I'm not trying to be enlisted. I think for myself. I don't want to be a part of no gang, no clique, whatever y'all hoes is doing up in here. I can't, and I couldn't believe it. One of the girls that was in the jail, later on, I realized this the bitch that robbed my friend. She was a friend of my friend. And one day we was out at the club, and when we came back, she was robbed. And Miss Thing took all her little fake bags and all her little fake clothes, but they were her fake clothes and fake bags that she paid for. And guess what? She looked real good in them too. But the point is, it was this bitch who did it. And then I remember we even we pulled up on the bitch to her crib, and guess what? They were so lazy, they hadn't even taken the merchandise out of their car. But what was crazy is when we called the police, because I was like, let's do this right. We catching these bitches red-handed. First of all, the police pulled up. They refused to come to the door. And I'm saying, okay, well, fuck them. Here's the clothes. Here's all the stuff that they took from him. Can he get his stuff back? Well, does he have the receipts? Oh, my God. I know. See, I'm older now. That wouldn't fly today. Because we was in our 20s when that happened, early 20s. Today, that would not fly. I dare a bitch to tell me, do you have all the receipts from the clothes that you've had over the last 10 months? You got the receipts for just them shoes you got on your feet? Right now, could you pull it up? That was a stupid question. And low-key, it was to me giving homophobic. So I'm like, you can clearly see we filed a police report the night before explaining this. And we told you then in the police report what was missing. So now, here we are, and the same shit that's on that list is in this car, and you telling us what again? Girl, I'm like, see, now I'm feeling like we should have took my friend's advice and bust the windows out the car. Because he was like, bitch, fuck the police. Let's just bust the windows out the car. And I was like, if we bust the windows out the car, we could go to jail. Let's do it the right way. I'm the friend trying to talk some sense into him. But when that happened, I said, now I'm thinking it was giving bust the windows out the car because they got away with it. They got away with it. They sure did. And that to me, but guess what? He didn't get away too far because he was in jail. Bitch, I was there for a traffic citation. You don't know why I'm here. But I can, based on your character, I can assume how you got up in here is through some bullshit. Because you a bullshit type of bitch. So when I saw, I didn't even know that, first of all, because that was my friend's friend. I had never seen this bitch before. But when I saw her inside the jail, her energy, I was like, girl, yuck. Because it felt like she sent that one bitch, do I know you, was talking with her. But I don't like neither one of you. I didn't even know why. It was just the energy. I'm like, ugh, girl, please. I don't need to be a part of no clique. I don't need to be your friend. I really did feel that way. And it wasn't a stuck up thing. It was just, they were too comfortable. You understand? Like they were just too comfortable. Like it was just too key. Felt like messy. Like they had the look. You know what I'm saying? That messy. Like I don't do that. And this, I don't do this. Okay? This is a clerical error, sweetheart. You're here because I'm here because of what happened. It started in Los Angeles. But it's irrelevant. Bitch, I'm not going to be here for long. So I don't need to make no friends and have no girlfriends. I'm going to see you on the outside. No, I won't. That will be a lie. I don't anticipate seeing near one of you bitches again. Okay, so anyway, what was happening? That was the reason why I brought that up. Oh, this bitch. So I knew I didn't like her vibe. But what happened was, after the burglary, mind you, I still had not seen none of the girls. Because when we got to the house and the police came and they was knocking, the girls were peeking out of the window. And not, so the police were like, I'm like, well, they're inside. What's that? Oh, well, they don't have to come to the door and all this other stuff. I'm like, you making me feel like I should have just let my friend do what he wanted to do. We're calling the police. You telling us the criminals don't have to walk out? Why do you need their permission? When we're standing here telling you this is the merchandise. Now they could, if they want, they can toss them keys out of the door and let us just unlock the door instead and just grab all of my friend's belongings. But he was just so passive. Like, oh, well, we rang the doorbell. Is that all you did? You rang the doorbell? Okay. So, what's up? My friend Stutz is right in front of our face. That's how I felt. I'm like, wow, y'all really showing me. We should just listen to my friend. I felt he was wanting to do the wrong plan, and I felt this was the better plan. And now y'all are here, and you're showing me that he was right. That's what I was saying. I'm like, wow. So anyway, when they left, because now I'm thinking, really, you can't, even though you were right, now you really can't break into their car. How we would have just did your idea in the beginning, that would have been a better way. But now that I recommended we call the police, and the police were here and saw us here, if suddenly now this car is broken into, they're going to know it was us, and we will go to jail. So it really was my fault on that one. Said, just checked my bills. I think I'm going to just go to jail. I'm still not going to jail, but I understand where they're coming from. But I'm not going to jail. Stuff of the law. No. Ooh, scary. It was not a good situation. I hated that. How do we even get onto that? We was talking about something. Y'all know I be just saying. Just all over the fucking world. I have my first therapist appointment in a few days, which I'm excited about. And then I have an appointment. You know what's crazy? This I know it's a lie. I came across a video where they were talking about the EEOC, and this is a guy who was a former employee. And he was just basically telling you what to expect and the time limit, like just different things. And again, because I've been documenting and writing, reporting and all this other shit, really, what most of these people are saying, I've already done. Like, make sure you document. That's the most important thing. Okay. He said, though, in that video, but be patient because, and actually, even the attorney that I spoke to said something like, oh, it takes about 5 months. He was like, to get an appointment, it's going to take about 4 months, is what the guy in the video said. The attorney said about 5. But I got an appointment right away. From the time that I made that, on the same day, they had an appointment available. They only had one appointment available. One. Every single day outside of that one day was taken. So had I not would have got that one day, then I would be waiting months. How is that not God? Someone's going to say, oh, girl, that's a coincidence. I don't think so. Because God knows I'm tired and I don't want to deal with this shit for too much longer. Because honestly, it really is like a situation where I'm consistently now, like every time I go in there, I'm triggered. When I see these people, for example, that lady who sat there and lied and said, oh, I never told him there was a tape. She's a fucking liar. I don't give a damn. And I don't respect the lady. And I really don't want to be all up in her face. But she keep wanting to be fake with me. Like, so she the last time I worked, she was at work. And actually, I was feeling so bad on one of the days, I didn't even come. Because between the anxiety and just like not like just thinking and just replaying the whole situation over and over and over again in my mind, I'm like, I don't feel well. My lungs is fucked up. My sinuses is fucked up. And then I got to come, my feet hurt. And then I got to come here and have anxiety and have to be around these people and still be professional and still hold all this shit together. I'm like, no, I'm calling out because I'm not feeling well. And I'm not going to jeopardize my health over this fucking job that have completely and totally disrespected, put me in harm's way, and didn't give a fuck. So no, I'm not feeling good, and it's true. I'm not, unlike these bitches, I actually am feeling like shit. But anyway, so I saw, she came, and she, knowing what she did. Oh, hey, Quadir. Trying to give me a hug and all this other shit. I'm like, Because my thing is, girl, you know what you did. I'm a just handle this case. And when it comes up, because it will, I'm going to make sure that I am clear about who did what and why. What do you think? You about to be fake with me and I'm about to just drop this shit? I don't give a fuck. You a lying ass bitch trying to save your ass. Because you know damn well what you said to me. You know damn well. Now she got the nerve. So it shows me, you know you dead ass wrong. Because if you didn't, you would just say the truth. Why would you be changing it now? But you know you lying. So you trying to, you see what I'm saying? It's like now she changing it up. Oh, I never told. So that's how dumb would I have to be if someone told me, oh, somebody could record you. In my mind, translated into a coworker sent her, this lady, a clip that not only went to her. That's why I was saying, I'm like, so, because I had even said to her, I'm like, oh. So first it was the music. I've been dancing, never been a problem. Now I'm being coached on my dancing. Because, pause that. Even with that store manager, my dancing came up. This is the same bitch who, when she saw me dancing, she was encouraging me. Keep it up. Whatever it takes to get it done. She was encouraging my dancing because she saw how fast I was and she saw I was enjoying my work and she just saw that I was a good vibe. Then she's going to say to me, yeah, but, you know, doing a little this is one thing. And then there's what you do. Like, girl, I'm not about to be here too much longer because you bitches are on some other shit looking for problems. So now the issue is, now you telling me how I'm dancing. Like, okay, so but that was her. But back to this other lady. This other lady who's lying, talking about she never said there was no tape. That's a black lady. This lady is a white lady. She's the one who said, oh, he was harmless, the store manager. This lady right here, this the bitch that was like, oh, I was sent a clip from one of your coworkers. And in the clip, and she even described it. And like I said, when she was describing it, she laughed. So now she want to play it like I imagined all that. Girl, I'm going to take my chances. Because one thing about it is I know me, I trust me. I don't lie. That's you. That's the reason why now you come back with this other story. But that's fine. Because there were witnesses that saw the anger that I had and the fact that I was actually sent home over that. Because when it got to that part, I'm like, I have a right to be upset about this. You're not about to tell me, oh, worry about yourself. But when you got sent that clip, what did you tell that person? What would make me say that to her? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, over a hypothetical. Someone could record you a lying ass bitch, and I do not respect you. So you really don't have to talk to me at all. And I'm like, I'm trying to send you that with my energy. Then I'm out here on my lunch break. And it was this one lady who, bitches just want to talk to me, but I'm like, can't you read the energy? She was like, oh, I'm sorry to disrupt your energy flow. And I'm like, trying to be nice. Oh, you work here? What job you do? I told her what my position was. She was like, oh, I used to work here too. I was like, oh, what did you do? Oh, same thing you did. Then she hit me with, every time I come here, I feel like such a celebrity. I'm like, okay, this, for what? I even asked, I'm like, why? I don't think she was ready for me to say that. She was like, because, you know, like, because everybody knows me. And I'm thinking, I don't know you. So everybody don't know you. But okay. So while that was happening, this person who's lying came out, wanted to be on my face. And I'm like, so now I have this bitch I don't know in my face. And now I have this person in my face. And it was like, oh, does anyone have a lighter? She was trying to light her cigarette. And as she's trying to light her cigarette, then this bitch had a black she wanted to light. So then they both end up using my lighter, which I'm not tripping on that because I'm not a mean person. But I don't fuck with you. And don't think just because I'm respectful and I have some type of decency that means I'm cool with you, because I'm actually not. I don't like you. Because now when I look at you, it gives me anxiety and it makes me think you a lying ass bitch. When I see her now, that's what I think. That's all I'm thinking. When I see her, I think, you lying. You sat right up there and told, and it took, how long ago did that happen? I got to go to the video to see when it was fresh, when it first happened, so I can see the date, to see, it took from then all the way to that, when the lady told me, oh, look, let's talk about the footage. Okay. from that point all the way to where it was, I had been asking for the footage. Don't you think if it was true what she's saying, she would have been said that? But why is he asking for the footage? There is no footage. When I asked her for it, she would have said, oh, footage, there's no footage. I didn't say there was no footage. It would have been a lie because she flat out said that. But I'm just making the point, like, it took them this long to even just come up with this weak excuse. Oh, she didn't say there was footage. That's a flat lie. Just period. Boldface. All caps. You're lying. You're lying. Period. So when I see her, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking, and I don't want to be around it because it's making me feel like I got to be fake with her. I don't like you. I don't respect you. I don't want to actually be around you. I'm just here walking this thing out, trying to go through the process and do it the right way. But I don't want to be here no more. Because you also are another person who knew about this man harassing me and turned a blind eye. So actually, I gave you too much grace. Because the thing with her is she's nicer as far as how she talks to you, but she still be on that weird nut shit too. Because if I would have been a person in position of power and someone would have came to me telling me what I was telling them, y'all know me. Like, I would not have, what would be the point of having that kind of power and you're not going to do nothing with it? You're not going to use it to like really do something good. So you just got, oh no, they will use it, but to try to harass and bully and be hostile. They're passive aggressive. That's how they use their power. Weak leadership, insecure. And you know what? Really, honestly, when I get to this EEOC thing, there's a lot more stuff that I put what I felt was like the main issues that I have. But there are some other things that are smaller, but I'm like, somebody else may have a bigger issue with this than I do, but somebody else may think it's worth mentioning. There are times where it's like, which to me is weird because y'all doing all this, but then y'all, why every time I turn around am I seeing you? As if you keep taking a route that's my route. Why? But the point is it'll be things where it's like, they'll open the door, they'll see me, and they'll be like, I'm like, okay. Because in my mind, I turn into a positive, like, okay, because then that means I just have the entire bathroom to myself. Excuse me. And it means, like, I get to, like, be in here comfortably, because I don't actually mind that they're not in there. But it's just and then sometimes, though, when it's not coworkers, it's more of a respect thing, where it's like, it's unspoken, but I feel like I know, because I'm not going to say always, but I try to see things from a positive, but the feeling of it really is, oh, and sometimes it's even coworkers, so I'll even say that. But then there's these two in particular that I'm thinking, I'm like, y'all are so, and what's so crazy is, bitch, low key, both of y'all be doing that same thing. Y'all want me to see you, but you act like you don't, so it's weird. But anyway, but like when I come, especially with like a full face going on, lashes, the whole thing, and people come in there, even if with my facial hair, they'll be like, and then it'll just feel like, you know what, I'm gonna give you your space to do what you got to do, and then I'll come in. So I just be like, okay, they're just respecting my space. And maybe the feminine energy, they're just like, let me give this person their space. So I don't take offense to that, especially when I feel the energy about it. But when it be like that energy from them other two, I'm like, y'all want me to feel away, but I don't, because, bitch, I look good and I know that I am good. So it's really y'all. And the gag of it is, bitch, y'all both, I think they got a crush on me. That's the irony of it. I do think that. And it's not because to me, neither one of them is cute. They're all right. But no, they really not cute. I'm trying to be nice. They not cute. A few of them that think that they so hot. I'm like, what would make you think that somebody like me will be into you? Do you understand how my mind works? How I think, my character, bitch? You can't even speak with me. Never mind a physical aesthetic, bitch. You can't even speak with me. You can't even hold a conversation. So, girl, no, I don't want you. And you ain't even cute. But they just be like, oh, he gay, so automatically he gotta like me because he likes men. I'm like, okay. I have a lot of different types, but you ain't one of them. I like a lot of kind of men. You're right about that. But honey, trust. I'm not going out of my way for a girl like you. Because you broke and you look dusty. You're not even, your drawers even look dusty. You love to sag. So we can all see them dirty, dingy ass drawers that look stale, like they've been on your ass for about 4 or 5 days. And right there in the crack in that crease is hard as hell. Oh, so you didn't know I was going to know your card. I told you I know humans. I've seen all kind of humans. So I'm like, oh, I want you. I want you. Mr. Dirty Draws. Mr. I don't know how to clean my ass. Mr. Dingleberry. All of us got locks, bitch, but yours are dusty. So what's going on with that? What it is, girl, you need to make an appointment, have me do your hair. Put some love into your hair. Put some luster into your hair is what you really needed. But you know how to explain it, ask, and make an appointment. Plus, you were afraid what your girlfriend might think. Y'all probably fucking. Wouldn't be surprised just because y'all, it's like y'all be following me around, but y'all be up under each other too. We gonna talk about it? We gonna talk about it, girl. You wanted to make me feel away, so now we having conversation now. So what? And remember that one guy I told you about who sent that text message talking about, oh, he cool, but I'm not hanging out with him. He gay. I'm paraphrasing. He said stuff like that, but it was just, he said it different. But he did say that though. Like, he cool or whatever, but then why? He's so full of shit. Why would he sit there and say, oh, I can change your oil? Yeah, when you're ready for your oil to get changed, I'll come to your crib and change it. Then he sat there, and I've spoken to him even without her, but okay, fine. Then he sat there with her, you know, and myself outside while we smoke, talking about he's going to help us engineer this podcast and produce this podcast. My point is, if you felt this way about me, why would you even say that you would change my oil? Or that you would come to my house with her and help us with this show? Like, it was weird to me. So, but here's what's so crazy. I never told him that she showed me that text message. Because to me, it's messy. I don't need to. But I know what you said. And so now when I see him, I pay him 100% dust. He would be like, oh, what's up? And I would be like, and keep walking. I walk right past his ass with my earbuds in, dancing, don't speak to him. Because if you don't want to like me, you're gonna have to not like me right now. We're not doing that. Oh, it's with this, you cool with me. With that, you not. Girl, fuck you. You don't like me then. Because now I don't like you. And now I'm giving you a reason. Now you can talk some shit. Now you can say, oh, he used to talk to me. Now he don't even speak. Mm-hmm. And you think that's just coming out the blue? That's gonna be for your dumbass bitch. You look, and that's another part. I'm like, here's another like ill-kept person, bitch. That I was even giving you my time. That was me giving you grace and benevolence. Because sweetheart, you look one step away from being on the street too, dusty, dirty, and dingy, crusty, rusty, and dusty. So what you asking and what you saying? Because, bitch, you look a fucking mess. You sit up here, he put his hat on. Girl, I ain't even going to describe. It's certainly giving boom, boom, da-foom, bitch. So what's that? Moon Raccoon and boom, boom, da-foom, bitch. Sat up in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. First came love, then came the baby, bitch. But you ain't got no ring. And you, that nigga and that baby is all a bastard, bitch. All three of them. I'm like, girl, fuck all three of you niggas. Do you know who I like? See, that's the thing about it right now. I'm like, no, because I know who I am. I know my value. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about any, mini, miny, nor this bitch named Snow. Okay? So what's up? When you guys are smoking, did he have his own smoking materials? That's what I'm saying. No, he smoked with us. We all smoked together. So he fake. You a fake ass nigga. And the difference between you and me is I'm not gonna do that with you. I don't have to speak to you. You're not a team lead. You don't need to speak to me, really. And I don't have to speak to you. I don't like you. I don't like you. In fact, I don't like you at all. Because you're a weak, spineless, squirmy, wormy, low vibrational, fake, fraudulent, two-faced, backstabbing, conniving little snake ass nigga. And I don't fuck with niggas like you anyhow. Like you was doing me a fucking favor. You bum ass bitch. You wasn't doing me no fucking favor. You an ignorant ass bitch. You doing me a favor. To what? Nigga, I can smoke my own weed. That you even had the opportunity to sit in my face and speak with me, but you didn't even know who you were speaking to. And you know the reason why? Because I don't go around like that. I can speak to any person. And that's the difference. In fact, there is a homeless guy who be at the gas station that I go to sometimes to get vapes. And he's a pervert. Like, he be trying to flirt. And I'm like, are you taking it too far? He'd be like, okay. But he be coming across some kind of money because he be in there with a grocery cart with some groceries. I'm like, okay. Good, at least he's eating. But I can talk with him. And he actually is homeless, unlike these people. Because it's not really about that. In all honesty. It's just about treating people like humans. Gay, straight, this, that. It don't make a difference. Got a house, don't got a house. Just be kind. And bitch, that's how I started actually speaking with you. Because there ain't nothing really about you that screams, oh, I need to know that person. And nothing about you that screams, I have to be that person's friend. What would I be missing if I wasn't? Because I certainly can't tell. Truly. So I just don't, it was just the whole modus operandi of this person. I'm like, you fake. You just fake. That's it. That word exists for a reason. Plain and simple, putting it frankly. Like Miss Ann. You're fake. That's why I don't speak to you. I know he was like, well, why does he not speak to me? Because you a dumb nigga with no brain. Speaking with you is like talking to a carrot, a vegetable. Oh, which one? Are all three down here? Oh, hold on. Mm-hmm. You said, yo, grandma, the baby when you guys are, right. So, I'm ready to go. Fake at, like, I have some coworkers that I really do like. I really do. But it's not worth it for me to stay for my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. It's just, I came in there with good intentions, you guys. I really did want to work. And I knew I was not going to be there forever. But I felt it was important for my own character to really go into this establishment and put down good work. You know what I'm saying? And really to establish myself in my own mind in that, you know, you came in here, you were able to work for someone else's business and care about it and do a good job, which gives me further proof that I can do that for myself and bring people in to my, oh, there's the word I'm looking for. for lack of a better word, into my business and know that that does exist. I know firsthand because I exhibited it when I worked at this job. And I came, and this was a job that a lot of people would say is, oh, girl, but always intending to truly come into a place and put pride in your work. And I know that I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And although I knew I wasn't going to be there forever, it seems like my tenure certainly will be cut short because I'm not working under those conditions. And also, I don't have to. That part. I really don't have to. And in recognizing that, I'm doing what I have to do in order to lay hold once more of my rights and advocate for myself. Let me explain. When I first got that job, you know, even my coworkers were telling me, oh, nothing's going to change because corporate don't care. They're not going to do nothing to help us. And everybody felt really, in my opinion, very helpless. Even the people that I like they were like, girl, it ain't even worth trying all this other stuff because of this, that, and the fourth. And I'm like, all my life, I feel like I've been surrounded with that type of mentality. But even still, I'm like, this time, it's not going to be that. If I have to be the only bitch to go against these bitches like this, then that's what will happen. So, but funnily enough, all the people I like, everybody is making their exit. Like, they're making plans. They're looking for new work. They're on their way out. So I'm like, yeah, I need to hurry up and make this happen because to then have to come to work and be around these people, like people that I don't like, and they're, oh, we're cutting hours, but constantly hiring new people, in particular into our department. So I'm like, in my mind, that is to train the replacement they anticipate to take your place. So they're literally bringing in your replacement while you're still on the clock. And that's fine with me. Congratulations. I hope the job works out better for you than it did for me. Not even upset about that. This thing, you got to get a check too. Not mad. But they fixing to cut me a check so that I can leave up out of here. If they don't want this very graphic, detailed account being in legal documents and public fodder for people to just be able to pick through and understand what happened on their watch and with their go ahead and okay. Because that's exactly what have happened. So it's like, no, I'm not about to sit here and play with you hoes any longer. And like I told them in that meeting, when I leave up out of here, believe me, it'll be more of a loss for this store than it will be for me. Because you're not going to find another person who's going to walk up in here and think like that. They're going to come in here just like the typical person. It's a check. It's a job. They're not going to be thinking, oh, my character and all the other different little things. They're not going to have that. You had something rare in your presence and you abused it. Shows me you don't deserve to have. Why should God bring another person like me around you? Look what you did the first time. You had no regard. And from what I can see from what you're hiring now, yeah, it showed me you went in a totally different direction. That's okay, though. No worries, because I'm not going to be here long. Hire whomever you like. It's your business. I need to get ready to go to the gas station. It's still early. Wow. I thought it was later than this. That's why I was really feeling more pressure to like go. I mean, I still like to go early, but I was feeling more pressure because I was like, oh, I'm thinking it's like 5 p.m. You see what I'm saying? And this is like a time loop, but not because of God. It's because of his job. Like, I gotta get the fuck out. Lord help me. Because when I go in there now and I see their faces, I just look at them and I think, not only do they be lying, but that they on purpose put me in harm's way. They did it on purpose. They did. Be careful. Come on. Careful. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that job. Like I said, and when she was saying, "Oh, da 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 da, we can fix this, and we'll make sure that we do that," and I thought to myself, "No, I don't think you're understanding." Not even I thought to myself. I said, "No, that's not why I called this meeting. Handling it now is too little, too late. The trauma, the trigger, we're too deep in. They're already retaliating against me." At that point, I had 9 points. In less than 24 hours after that meeting with HR, I had 12. So why would I want to come to a place where you claiming that you fixed it, but I don't believe that? Because after everything what I've done, why would these people, they already don't like me. You think now suddenly they're going to want to, they're not going to want to work with me. And I don't want to have to come into a workplace like this where they don't have accountability or integrity and they lie. That lady is lying. I can't believe she would literally sit up there and say, "Oh, I never said there was no video." Like, are you serious? But she did say that. So between that and like, y'all keep saying this nigga name like y'all know him and are endeared to him. And now it'll be my fault and my complaining that is the reason Hollywood can't come back into our store anymore. Because they're making it like he's like a mascot for the fucking joint. Like, I've reached to HR, my most recent job, and received no help. With another company I was working for, they managed to move me to a different location, so it's worth a try. You never know. My point in reaching out to HR, though, was not to stay there. It was to discuss the process in which I would be walking away from that job, as Sam Marie said, with a check. That's what I'm here to discuss. I'm not here to discuss what changes are going to be made so I can be more comfortable, because I don't believe that. And I have no reason to trust anything that is being said. When right in this one example, I'm showing you how they're liars. And I don't trust what's being said to me at this point. And that is due to the environment that had been created as a result of your staff. I don't trust. I don't believe it. So I'm going to go. But we're going to do this the right way. It's that, or we will go to court. And then I'll get to explain my testimony and my story with a jury of my peers and see how they feel, if this is righteous or if it's not. If they would feel comfortable with their son or daughter working in this type of environment. If they would be okay with someone they loved enduring this type of treatment for a developmental disability, should they have one. I'm going to paint a picture and make it very clear. So we could either, as they like to say, play ball and come to the table and let's really talk sense and talk something that makes sense, or it's not beneath me to get litigious, because I will go to court with you. And that will happen if they want to take it like, how can we try to like fire this person? Make sure we don't give them, because there's a whole way that they do that. One of my coworkers was explaining to me, because she looked at my thing and she said, they playing with you. She was like, because number one, they don't even have in here the reason why they're giving you the points, and they're supposed to. I'm like, is that right? Is that so? She was like, absolutely. She was like, if you look at your thing, you can't even, it doesn't tell you where your points are coming from. There's just points there. She was like, they're trying to fire you and they're doing it in a way where they don't have to give you unemployment. I'm like, what? It's just the games they're playing with my life. And I'm like, no, I don't care about their feelings. We just gonna tell the truth. And if the truth is what gets them in trouble, oh well. Because you wanna know something? This never would have happened if they would have done their jobs and actually gave a fuck and were decent leaders. They failed on every account, on every front. All of them, collectively. All of them. Store manager, assistant store manager, team leads, all dropped the ball. So there's no way around that. You can't find a way. You cannot. So, I mean, when one of the team leads flat out says, when I bring to them the harassment, that it's hard to work for a company that you know doesn't give a fuck about your safety, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's it. You're complicit. You knew, you were negligent. In fact, you told me, if you have to beat him up, beat him up. She didn't say it that way. She said, I'm going to tell you how I tell every associate. You have a right to defend yourself. Okay. That translates into, if you have to beat this nigga up, if you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. And as I will say again, and I maintain, I know that I have a right to defend myself. The question is, should I have to in this scenario? I'm advocating for myself in that I'm explaining to team leads what's happening. So it's like, I know that, you know what I'm saying? But it's the situation that I'm being put into and everybody is okay with it. That's what I'm asking. Like, you know, this is the bathroom that is most convenient for us. Not that one at the front that everybody uses and it's crowded and it's dirty. And it's people on both sides of you. When I'm in the bathroom, in particular in the morning, when I'm out there, or when I'm in the bathroom and I'm getting all my shit together, I have my lip gloss, my fragrance, and why should I be inconvenienced? It's convenient for me in this bathroom because it's closer and it has more space and it's more private. So that's why I'm back there. Y'all hear that bird? I hope he's okay. It sounds like he's looking for his baby or something. Y'all, let's turn it on a more positive note. I'm so excited about this cruise. My homie is so organized. It's really seems like unreal how organized he is. But he is really truly organized, and I'm a witness. But for the cruise, the itinerary is too legendary. Even before we get to the cruise, I'm just excited about hanging with my homie, getting this, God willing, amazing, incredible experience, which I know it's going to be. And look, he spared no expense because he got all kind of like things, like the drink package, the this, the that. Like that means, and with that drink package, no, but guess what? Mother Tay and Father Eugene were right. So Mother Tay had mentioned something about a closed loop. Something about a closed loop cruise. Turns out that's what we're on. I think we're going We're going through Cozumel and Bimini. Baby, I am so excited. Oh my God. I feel like I'm just trying to survive and like stay above water right now between the job and maintaining. Because I feel like right now, this is what I feel like right now. I feel like I'm in a whirlpool and I'm just like swimming in the middle of it and it's like spinning me. But in the meantime, I'm taking in information while I'm being spun because I know it's going to let up at some point. But because with this job, I'm telling you, I got to hurry up and leave there. It's not a healthy thing anymore. But this thing that my friend, and what's crazy is I told him, I said, you know, it's funny. The last time you sent for me, it was a lot going on in my life at that point too. Remember, I was dealing with the situation with the mortgage company and the attorneys and everything like that. At that time, and he sent for me, and it was something that I really did need. And it was so much fun. And now here we are again. I'm dealing with this job, the harassment, the sexual harassment, the hostility, the passive aggressive, the retaliation. Like, it's all of these things. And now it's like, here we are. It feels like it's a different scenario, but it's a similar scenario where it's like, here we are preparing for a battle. I hope it's okay. I don't know what they're communicating. I'm like, but what I told my friend, I said, you know, in my spirit, I don't know why, but I do feel that from the time that we go on this cruise, that things are going to be going much better on all fronts. Like, it's just going to be something about the experience that I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be transforming. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. I sense it. And I sense that when I come back, I'm not going to be the same. Like, in the sense of my mindset, I'll be me, but you get what I mean. Like, I will have encountered and realized and opened up a new kind of doorway, if you will. It just feels that way, especially for how much my friend. Where's my phone? I'm not gonna give it all away because honestly, some of it is just for me. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, I mean, it's like, oh, we. he, it was just cute the way he put it together. I loved it. It was very animated and very like specific. And day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. But it's like, okay, boom. Day 1, getting nails did, amazing food, this, that, da da da. Then day 2, it was just very organized and very. I can't believe this person. I'm like, wow. And then they set up some other stuff for when we come back. I told you about the camping, but then they set up some other stuff, and I'm like, I'm just excited. I feel like I already told you I trust this person, so I'm excited to see what all of these totally different experiences are going to be like. And I know it's going to be great, really. And I'm excited. I'm excited. That's what's keeping me, that and my babies. And God, and just all the regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I got to stay in the fight. Y'all know how it is and how we do. But like this, definitely him doing this is a major point of like, okay. So I'm excited. We've both never been on a cruise. He was supposed to go on a cruise and then something happened. And so that didn't happen that time. But this time, we getting on that boat. Okay. Yeah, we're getting on the boat. Oh, there's my phone. Okay, let's see. Let me see some of the things. Because it was just it's just the bomb. I cannot believe this. Okay, let's see. There's so many. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's so organized. I cannot believe this. I never could have done this. I'm just, I know where my strengths are, and this is just not one of them. But I can appreciate this because I know that I can't do it. Oh my God. I am so excited. I cannot believe this. You know what? This is my first time reading the entire thing because sometimes with me, I get excited and then I'll shut my phone down just because the first 3 lines are exciting to me. That sounds like a weird thing to do, I know, but that's what I do. I'll be like, oh my God. And then I'll shut my, lock, press that button to make, and then I'll just be like thinking on it. Like, I can't believe it. Let me see. Okay. Oh my God. I cannot believe him. Oh, oh my God. On the last day, it's the our goodbyes. And he has emojis throughout. That's always the sad part because I always when I hang out with people that I know I enjoy, it's always sad when it's over because it'd be like, uh, I knew I didn't want to scroll to the end. Maybe that's also why I didn't want to read the whole thing because it was so much fun. I'm like, it's gonna be over, but that's life. You can't not have the experience because you don't want it to end. That's how I be feeling though. Like you be like, you ever be in a situation you be like, I just wish this could go on and on and on, but you know at some point everybody got to go home. You know we got to get back to life and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be so much fun and like you be knowing this is the moment in time that I'm gonna remember, and I'm grateful for that memory. I also wish it would keep going, but you know. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. He is such a thoughtful person. Detailed. The sad part is in my mind, I can already, I don't know why I think like that, but when something that I know is going to be fun, I already be seeing the end of it. Like, we're going to have all this fun, and then at the end, I'm going to go home, which once I get home, then I guess I'll be like, okay, I'm glad to be home, but it's the initial part. Like, the actual goodbye part is the hardest part. But once I guess they get back in their car and however what did I say? Bus? I don't know what I said. But whatever I said, or maybe I said plane, I don't know. However he does it, it'll be fine. As long as it's not train again, because that train was a nightmare. So yeah, that's the hardest part. Is it raining, bitch? I need to walk to the gas station. Sounded like it started, but that wasn't rain. Let me ask y'all another question. This is gonna sound real strange. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Because it seems I've never actually mentioned this out loud before. So I wouldn't even know if people would know or not. Have y'all ever been outside randomly on a clear day and a raindrop will just hit you? Of different sizes, but just a raindrop. And it clearly came out of the sky, but when you look up, you can see that there aren't any. Even if there are clouds, it's like a totally sunny day. Has that happened to y'all before? And if so, how regularly does that happen? That happens to me all the time. And I'm always wondering, because for example, it happened to me yesterday. It happened, and I always said, okay, the next time this happens, ask your audience if this happens to them. But the last time it happened, I was walking out the door, and it happens to me most when I'm on this property, but it does happen to me when I'm out, but it's not as much. What does that mean? It'll be like totally sun out and then just a raindrop. Y'all, don't y'all think that's interesting? And then this one random raindrop lands on you? Of all the, from the time that it came out of that cloud, first of all, it even existed from the sky to the ground because remember, the sun is out. It's just, it's interesting to me. I always think, is that you telling me something, God? Anytime that happens, I always think it's God. That's how I think. I think it's something to do. I don't know all of why spiritually, but I know there's something there. It has to be, right? Because how can one raindrop survive that high up to the ground? And like I said, different sizes, because the one from the other day was a big one, where when it hit me, it splashed on my arm. Like where the impact of it hitting my arm splashed in different areas of my arm. So that was a big one. But then other times it'll be like a cute little tiny, and maybe the reason why she's tiny is because by the time she got to the ground, she dissipated. I don't know. No, but that's what I was gonna say. You know what? But it's funny that you mentioned the trees, because the other day when I walked out, it happened yesterday, and when it hit me and splashed me, I thought, okay, now this one is too obvious. And I remember, I had that big tree out there, that mimosa tree. Well, it was such a big water drop, and it was so obnoxious, like the splash pattern, like how it went, that I thought, okay, God, now them little tiny ones are one thing, but this one was like a legitimate, like full on. In fact, that raindrop was like a, you know what I'm saying, like a big healthy one. But the point is, it was so obnoxious. I remember grabbing the branches to the tree, like thinking there had to be what you were just saying, but the leaves were so dry, all of them. I'm like, it couldn't have been the tree because it was so dry and the sun was out. But I thought, let me at least just look, because how else would this raindrop just come on my arm like that? I said, the next time it happens, don't forget, bring it, see if that happens to other people. Because I'm like, what does that mean? I do know that it's something spiritual. I feel that, but I don't know what it means. Because for it to land on you, even if it did survive, that just seems like such a specific thing. It's like the equivalent of like if you jumped out of a plane and had a parachute and you was trying to land on the target. Like this raindrop landed on its target from the sky. And with you moving around and all this other stuff, it still landed on you. Or even if you weren't moving around, it still would be a challenge for one solitary raindrop to hit you from the sky. One solitary raindrop. One. It's not raining. If it's raining, that's a whole other conversation. But sun is out, it's bright, it's beautiful, and one solitary raindrop. I think there's something to that. What it is, I don't know. But I think there's something to that. Oy. I needed to get some sliced cheese. That's what I needed to do. And I need to study. And I have, that's what I'm saying. Like this job, what I will say, artistically, lyrically, they're giving me a lot to talk about, write about, etc. But it's still not worth me staying there. Oh, what's helping your music? You know what I think is gonna help my music? Even more than that? Walking out of there with a check. Let's see what that does for my lyrics. Because I'll be right back in Florida with my homie. I'll be like, look, I'm coming. If you free, I'm gonna come down for like 4 days. I don't know, because I'm not gonna wear them out. But if I had some money to come down and I could just first, and then I got my therapy going on, girl. I got therapy. I feel like I could literally probably do a whole record in like a month. The inspiration will be so potent, especially knowing that I'm no longer having to go back to that plantation and having people be hating for no reason. I'm like, sweetheart, I see what it is. You want it for me to be a bum. A girl who comes in here and it's like you, who don't care about their presentation. I'm like, sweetie, you don't know me, but I am an artist that people know. Whether it's well-known, underground, it don't make a difference. I'm somebody. And beyond that, I'm me. Never mind nobody else. I'm me. And so I'm not gonna show up here and be like little Miss Lost Annie from the orphanage without a sock. You would love to see me. Girl, you would love to. They would love to see me come in there and look a mess. Just so they can be like, what's going on with her? And they'd be like, oh, you smell so good. What are you wearing? They hate when people talk to me like that. What is that? What do you have on? I'm like, really? I need to be somebody brand ambassador, bitch. And with my jeweler, she talking about this and for us, sweetheart, please. I'm not gonna tell Nair bitch where I got nothing from unless you cut me a check. Especially when it comes to jewelry. Cause you know, you need to cut me a check and give me free jewelry, bitch. Y'all have been sitting here constantly because people are always asking me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this, that, and the fourth. Where you get this from? Oh my God, I love your collection. All the time, every day. So no, bitch, I know I see the value in that, and you're not about to play me and have me just sending bitches your way for no reason. I will send you a multitude. Cut the check. And bitch, from that point, guess what? My pieces need to be custom. Because I'll send girls your way, but these bitches still not gonna be looking like me. No. Because now if I'm working with you, my pieces need to be custom. Princess cut, legend. No. So what you saying? What you saying? Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. Just like that, baby. What if airplanes just spill their waste in the air? I used to think that. I don't see. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't see why not. Because let me tell you something. It's gonna be a lawsuit. Should I ever be chilling on my backyard and a splash of people dookie come to my roof? That's a lawsuit. So if they gonna be dumping it, they better be doing it like over the fucking Grand Canyon, bitch. No, not even then, because I'm still suing. Because you can still get hit in the Grand Canyon, and I'm sure they don't want your shit over there. Like, who told you planes could just come and literally drop shit into the Grand Canyon? So I take it back. I don't know. They need to just do it the right way. And when the plane lands, then they have the proper girls to come and remove the waste. But dropping it over top of cities and homes, something about that leaves much to be desired. They're gonna have to tighten that plan up. Unless they say, well, when we release it too, we put capsules in there that are like enzymes that when it lands in the forest or wherever it lands, it's gonna become fertilizer. So it's not just shit and pee everywhere. They have to have a solution. And it happens to me here and there. I just saw a recent video and someone said it could be cicada bugs pissing. That is so funny. That a bug can pee and it squirt across the field. Cicadas are such an interesting bug. I remember when I was going to do that show out in Tucson and they was trying to warn us of the javelinas. Like, at first I thought they were calling them Halloweenas, like Halloween. And they're like, oh, be careful because the Halloweenas will get you. So eventually I kept saying, I haven't seen a Halloweena yet. And it's like, oh, what? I said, the pig that apparently attack humans. You mean javelina? I was like, girl, javelina. I haven't seen one yet. But they had them pigs painted up on the wall, so cute. I'm like, oh my God, this looked like a small Pumbaa. The cicadas are gone. How long are they gone for? What, 10 years? Don't they go away for a long time? She won't be out till, she won't see me till. It's just them out there horny trying to attract a mate. Like if they could talk, they'd be screaming sexual advances. Yuck. That's funny. You mean those loud cricket noises that are like times 10? Ooh, those bugs. But you know, it's funny to me because I be thinking they really are attracted to each other. Like, look at how many warts you have. Yummy. And your wings are wrinkled and have cracks and you're oozing that gook that I love from your butthole. And when you squirt that yellow goo out of your mouth, oh my God, go nuts. I go nuts. And that's loud, obnoxious fluttering of your legs and wings attracts me. So, actually, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. They are truly attracted to each other. Like that sound right there. Is that a cricket or are those cicadas? Right, that's what I'm like. That sound that just, did you hear the volume? It was like, like it sounded like rattling, but it started low and then got loud. Are those cicadas? These bitches are still here in Georgia, honey. Tell me why I used to work at Apple support and this girl tried to call me out because she heard crickets in my background. Ooh, child. She was like, what are those crickets, sweetheart? They are cicadas. Mind your product that we're trying to install. You must not want to get back into your phone. Oh. Okay, so as I said, what you need to do, girl, if I hang this phone up on you, make you start over. No, I'm kidding. But some of these girls are annoying and do call for that. Hey. That was Anais. You're okay, Finny. She thought I was talking to her. I got new music I want to work on. I got some old stuff I got to finish up. I need to get on it because I have the next 2 days off. So I need to be taking advantage of these days. I need to do some light grocery shopping because I need some condiments. I need some cheese. That's probably all I'm going to get because I need to be saving money right now. And since the Omaha box, I'm like, let me utilize that instead of like spending more money. So what I will do is get bread, cheese. Maybe I'll order some more cheap burritos, like the bag, sour cream, maybe some cheap juices. And then I'll be straight with that. I'll be straight with that for a while. Those are easy meals. What else? Do I want to get cereal? I don't want to keep expanding this budget. If I want cereal, though, I will get it, but I need to keep the list very short. So then I need to be at like cereal and milk. Hey, be careful. Okay, sweetheart. Be careful. Sweetheart. Okay, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. I think I said all that I have to say. I definitely dumpster dive for groceries, usually in the winter because summer is gross and smelly. A lot of folks judge, but what they throw away is insane. Off fresh and still sales. Wow. Well, it's definitely not something I'm gonna do just because, girl, I ain't got time. Unless I was like in an extreme circumstance where I really had to do something like that, but anyway, I got time. But I can believe that though. And if someone is willing to, and actually it's a way that they're really saving on groceries in real life, and they want to do that, I'm not against it. I had a friend that dumpster dived, but not for groceries. He did it for like shit for his house. And actually, he found a lot of great stuff. Actually, I've talked about this friend. Y'all know who this is. Or at least you've heard about this friend through different stories I've told. But anyway, they had an eye. And when they would see something, they would know what the potential was, if they could refurbish it or how they could utilize it. Even with that, I was never really good with that either. Although I think if I was ever driving past something that I could clearly see was marked as trash, and I could see a use for it, yeah, sure, I would take it. If they didn't want it. But that would be such a rare. It's not something that I would go out of my way for. I've seen people in Range Rovers pull up dumpster dive for household items too. I think he got like a table, coffee table. I knew a person who once got a couch. That happens. I mean, people will put a nice couch out there. And I was very surprised at how nice the couch was. I'm like, you got this on a corner? Did that one friend get a couch too? Because why am I seeing one time he needed me because it was something like too big for him to do by himself. What was that? Maybe not a couch, but like a love seat, something. Whatever, but he was good at it. And if you can do it like him and get these high quality items, and it's not a problem because the person didn't want it anyway, but I still don't see the issue because not only can you do it for you, but you can take it into a side hustle. But then you would need to know what you're doing and know how to like refurbish it and then sell it. That could be a business with a profit margin that is, because you're not really putting no real money down because the product that you're selling you found on the street. So it's not even like you're buying the couch and then reselling it. You found the couch, cleaned it up, and now you're selling it. Seems to me like it's more like 100% profit, maybe more. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So I do think we're going to get ready to wrap up because I need to run to the gas station. Plus, I need a nap before I start doing all this shit. I'm on my days off, but I'm thinking about this job. Like, this is the first day, and tomorrow I'm off again. But on today, I'm thinking, tomorrow, the next day after tomorrow, I'll be back around these people. That I'm just totally at odds with right now in my mind, just because of how I feel they truly feel about me and my safety, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, excuse me. I feel like was it my dad or my mom or both used to have like very obnoxious yawns. My mother's sneeze was very obnoxious. But it was her real sneeze. How I know that is because that was how it's been since I was a kid. But when she would sneeze, it would be kind of like more like seemed like a scream. It was funny. Like once I grew into it, like, okay, I would still ask, "Are you okay, mommy? Bless you. Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm okay, sweetie pie. But if you didn't know her and you heard her sneeze, you'd be like, "What?" Maybe it was my dad who had that yawn. But I kind of have that too. I didn't get mommy sneeze, but I think I got my dad's yawn. Unless I'm like thinking about it, like I just did. Yeah, I gotta get shit going. I'm about to roll out, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, family. Oh my God, once again, I was horrible with the comments. I'm gonna figure a system out. I wish there was a way for me to like program it to where the new comments automatically popped up and stayed on the screen for like 8 seconds. That would be dope. So it wouldn't be dependent on me having to hit the button. And by doing that, excuse me, as the comments come and it pulls them up, it'll come to my attention more too because I'll be seeing shit flashing on the screen. That seemed like a simple fix that they should do. If you want it, like you don't have to set it up that way, but it should be an option like comment timer. Have the comments automatically pop up as they come in. And you can even set the standard time is 8 seconds, but you can set it for longer if you want or less. The minimum time is 3 seconds. The maximum time is a minute. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? So Danielle, you got the right idea. You got the right idea. Would it be trifling, you guys, if when I went to the gas station for my wraps, if I stopped at the food court to get some Chinese? Let's take a vote, because I mean, I do have food here. I don't have to get Chinese. So, but certainly if I did want Chinese, it would be cheaper for me to get it while I'm out instead of having it delivered, because that'll boost the shit up. Seem like shit just be more expensive delivery. I'm like, this same thing I ordered, if I would have got this shit from a mall or something, or if I would have went straight to the place and ordered it from them, like, and I was there, somehow I feel like this would have been like $15, maybe $20. But with delivery fee, and just seem like they just charge more. Like, how did this shit come out to be damn near $40? Be like, how? You know what's crazy? When I first started doing delivery, I was so nervous. It just seemed so adult to me. I'm like, am I doing this right? Now it's so funny to me when I think back to how I felt about that, because I'm like, I've done delivery so many times. But in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, it's just, anytime somebody did delivery, someone else made the phone call and did all that. And it seemed so complicated to me when I would watch them do it. I don't know why, but it really did, sincerely. Like, they would be on the phone and speak, and I'll be like, they're talking to someone, and it just seemed like a lot. I know it don't no more, or maybe it never really was, but at that time it just seemed like, oh my God, did I give the right address? Did I need to say anything more? Like, do I need to meet them at the entrance? Like, where do I was like totally overthinking everything. And then as time went on, I'm like, Sometimes I'll be outside, but I'm like, no, bitch, you still need to deliver it and walk to me. Because sometimes if they see me outside, they'll have the window rolled down thinking that I'm outside, I'm about to come to them and get the food. No. I'm outside, but I still want the full service, which would be you bringing food here. You said, nope, you should treat yourself. That's what I've been doing these days. Yeah. And it's not like it's an expensive treat because I'm probably going to spend about $5 at the gas station on these wraps. And I'd say Chinese might be about $10, maybe 15. I don't think it'd be more than that. And then, like I said, what I need to do is take a nap. What I'd like to do today is study. I want to go into my classes and study. I would like to work on some music, and then I would like to game. The very next time we game streaming will be The Sims, for those who enjoy that. But as for my personal plans today, that's kind of how I have my day planned out. Well, okay, let me say one more thing before I go. Well, do I want to say this? This is gonna keep me here another hour, child. I need to go. Never mind. And I'm pulling a mommy. Had I would have opened that up, that would have been certainly another, maybe longer than an hour, because you know how I can take a thing, and because I want to give details and my reason for thinking this and all the different things about me, like how I think that way. Yeah, I know I can calculate. Yeah, that's not a short conversation. That's not a conversation for me that you throw out there as you're leaving. So I'll save that. And let me write it in my notes. Because I do think it's a topic that I'd like to discuss with y'all, but okay. I might even make this into a video. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being a live. So that way I can get the plate out to you quicker. Instead of it being, you know. Okay. Said, Mother Sarita says, I agree with Mitch. Thank you, sweetheart. Said you are a treat. I'm working on I'm working on my writing music today too. Nice. So that's in your plans too. Yeah. And I just kind of I don't want to think about cooking or having to clean up any dishes. I want to study and I want to work on music. And when I get worn out from that, I want to chill with my babies and I want to game in peace. I want to hear the birds. Like I just want to be in this energy and just I really don't want to think about work because anytime I think about that job, I get anxiety and I get aggravated and upset. So I just want to enjoy these 2 days and just be with God, be with my babies. Who I know they want more of my time. They get a lot of my time, but this job, I come home, I be tired. You know what I'm saying? I'll play with them. I'll give them my time, but I'll be like, I'll put on a show. I'll be like, come on, let's hop in the bed, and they'll join me. But then I'll be asleep in like 4 minutes, and I know. Okay, we got to do something because she is scratching herself up. They had gotten fleas. I don't know how. Because none of them have fleas, and now it's a situation to where, and I can't do that because I don't like their suffering. It seemed like the treatment worked on the dogs, so now I need to do a treatment for Anais because I don't like her. I'm feeling her neck. I'm feeling all these scabs. Ugh, I'm trying to. And honey, Anais is regalia, honey. She does not do fleas, so we're gonna do your treatment tonight. But I wanted to first. I just wanted to give it. Maybe I should have did them all at the same time, but I had my reason. But she's gonna get her treatment tonight. Okay. I need to hurry up and make this run. That's it's not I walk fast, so it's not gonna take me long. It's just, you know, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I'm actually very grateful. I'm actually very grateful. Because I know things are already getting better. We got the cruise, we got the camping trip. Plus he threw some other stuff in there that I'm looking forward to. And then I'm in school and I want to hurry up and get that done. It won't be done before the cruise because this job is really taking so much out of me. Like I said, for my babies and then even for my studying, that I've been able to make any music is really, it's only God. And I will call it a miracle too, but which God is involved with miracles. But you get what I'm saying? It's just like tiring and trying to like juggle all these things, in particular when you're dealing with a workspace that's not, it would be different if I was tired, but I was enjoying the work and it was a safe place. And it was just, it'll be like, I'm tired, but I feel good and I have time and energy for these ones. You can't see Sabine, he's on the floor, but it's just taking so much out of me energetically where I'm like, oh, I come here and I give excellence here and then come home and be so fucking tired. I don't like that. And it's not what my babies are used to. Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up. All right, listen. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in and for supporting me, vibing me, being open with me, and just hanging in there with me all these years. So many of you. Thank you. And I pray that you enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. Take care of yourself. And inshallah, I will catch you all on Tiflip, yeah? Peace.